regular updates from Hibs against Partizan Belgrade, but our commentary match comes from here in Dundee. Should be a belter. Dundee United against Rapid Vienna with Billy Dodds, Tony Docherty and Thomas Duncan.
It's a goosebumps kind of night here at Tannadice, and these nights for clubs outside the Old Firm cannot be taken for granted. Dundee United with a huge opportunity to get through to the Conference League playoff. The crowd are right behind them. Tannadice packed to the rafters, eagerly anticipating this encounter. Rapid Vienna with bigger resource, more pedigree at this level, but United showed over in Austria that they themselves can mix it at this stage of European football. What a cauldron of colour and noise Tannadice is tonight. Bright skies as the players line up. United with just a couple of changes from the weekend. Waters and Ferry back in contention, straight into the 11. Thompson and Sturton dropping out as there's a Vienna huddle is roundly booed at Tannadice. So United with Kucherenko in the goal, Jovu, Esselink and Karestes, the back three, Chevet and Ferry, the wing backs, Sibbald and Kamara in midfield, Dolcek and Sapsford either side of Waters. That is the United team that starts this evening with the aim of getting off to a great start. Rapid Vienna had a good win at the weekend over Sturm Graz, the Austrian champions. They go across to their fans away to our left in the away end and salute them, and they are backed to the hilt too with flags and banners. This is a magnificent stage which is set now for the action. The players line up. Vienna themselves with just the one change from the first leg, and that is on the left wing. Dominic Weitzelbraun coming in, scored in the second leg against Decic. He replaces Radulovic as we get underway at Tannadice, and the visitors shooting down the slope in the first half as Kamara gets stuck in the midfield, and he's won it. He's done brilliantly to find Sapsford on the halfway line in the centre circle. Sapsford looking to slide in Waters. Poor touch from the defender, but he just recovered and knocks it back to the goalkeeper. United with an early sniff, and it bounces at the back now, but it's cool from Esselink to nod it back to Kucherenko, but the ball's been in both boxes and we've played about 25 seconds.
You can see the formation of Rapid. Seidel, the captain, number 18, is going to play really close, I think, to Antiste and look to try and get that support up to the front man. It looks like they're into that 4-2-3-1 formation.
Yeah, and they showed themselves a technically accomplished team in that first leg. We knew they would be. Fifth in the Austrian Bundesliga last season, only got into Europe because Wolfsberger won the cup and they took their place in the league rankings in terms of European qualification. Throw in down the line, headed forward by Vienna. Karestes forwards, Waters chests it down to Dolcek, who tries to find Sapsford, who'd made the run. It goes through to Bulla, the right back, who clears it down the line, but United win it back. Ferry up towards Sapsford, slides under his studs, but it's there for Waters anyway. He loses out in midfield to Sangare, and Vienna have it, but given straight to Waters. United halfway up Vienna territory, moving towards the edge of the box. Chevet from distance, decent effort, straight at the goalkeeper though.
And good passing from Dundee United into the left hand side to Dolcek, who finds Chevet, and it's a shot on target. There's plenty of power, it's bouncing in front of the goalkeeper Heddle, but he takes it cleanly.
Just looking at the way both teams are setting up here, there looks to be a switch of play on all day to Will Ferry out on this side. Even for this throw in here, if they can manage to work it through midfield or through the back, you know, the number 41 Weitzelbraun from Rapids tucked right in and Sibbald, and there's a real opportunity to get it over to his side and exploit them.
So United throw in, spins up in the air, and here is Sangare back to his goalkeeper Niklas Heidel, who wasn't tested too much in Vienna, but the two shots United made them count, that's for sure. Waters with a fine finish after Sapsford's good work down the left, and then Sapsford's brilliant early take right into the corner. Rapid coming forward over the halfway line with a pass. That's out to Bulla, the Hungary international. Gets it back, looking for the running behind from Ontist. Esselink was there first, heads it to Ferry, who slides it to Sibbald, who tried to return it to Ferry, but it's too far in front of the United captain for this evening, out for a throw-in, which is taken quickly by Bulla. Gets it back infield now to Amani, who, as I mentioned, played for BK Häcken against Aberdeen a couple of seasons ago in the Europa League, and he was one of the standout players. Really good midfielder. And as Royal takes a little chance there and allows Waters to close him down, and it hits off the Dundee United striker and out for a rapid throw-in on the far side. Goalless after 3 minutes in this Conference League third qualifying round second leg at Tannadice. 2-2 from the first leg, and it's been an intense start. Here is Sangare on the right touchline, halfway up United's half, slides it infield to Amani. Amani with a big switch out to the far side of the box, and it goes over Chevet's head, and it's controlled by Dahl. Dahl in on the right foot, chips into the penalty area, but Carestes gets a head on it, and then Sapsford wins the seconds. It bounces in midfield, and Rapid come forward, but United doing so well in the midfield to just scrap and pinch the ball back. Out to Horn, the left back, tries to curl the ball in, but it's a poor one. And Kucherenko will eat that one all day long and dives on it. It takes a sting out of things.
Yeah, it's good from Dundee United, and you can see why. I was saying at the start of the game to Kenny and Tony about, I hope they don't play too open, because this team can keep the ball, they can move you about, and they've been pretty solid so far, hard to beat, but they can also look a threat, and you see that from the Chevet shot early on.
I think the important part's going to be the transitions. You know, United in their shape, once they win the ball, they can transition that into an attacking phase of play, then that's when they'll hurt them, but they really need to make sure that they're compact before they do that to go and win the ball.
It's played into Antiste, who heads it up in the air, and it's flicked forward by Jovu, and Waters comes back, gets a toe on it, and it's come off a Rapid player, goes for a United throw-in in line with the edge of their own box roughly. Goalless after 5 minutes at Tannadice, and both teams evenly matched thus far. Rapid Vienna, it's flicked on by Sapsford up the line, and then Ferry first time, but it's to nobody, and the goalkeeper Hedel will come out. Incidentally, FCSB are 2-0 up at half-time in the Europa League against Drita, so they look like they'll be Aberdeen's opponents in the Europa League playoff next week. The Romanian sides played Rangers last year in the Europa League, of course, but here at Tannadice, it's back to the Rapid goalkeeper Hedel, who is asking for some forward movement and then strokes it forward with the right boot, right on top of Esselink. The Dutchman wins it well. Sibbald gets a little nudge in midfield and wins the free kick.
And United are adopting that high press when the goalkeepers get the ball, and encouraging them to play long, and that suits them, you know, with the three centre halves, that they should win that first contact, and that's happened early, and it's either picking up second balls or winning that free kick at the edge of the box. So good offensive play on their high press.
United's first defeat of the season against Hearts here on Sunday. Arguably they played much better in that one than their two wins against Una Strassen, as Ferry crosses it into the box and headed away just as it was heading towards the 6-yard box, and Vienna have it. Ball up into the captain's idol, and then it's won by Carestes. Now for Sibbald, sliding challenge goes in, didn't get the ball, and the free kick is given to Craig Sibbald. United's will have a good chance here on the left-hand side to get a ball into the box.
It's good play just the time before that, and a brilliant cross from Ferry, and Tony alluded to the switch of play. Sometimes you don't even have to, because they are playing as a narrow shape, Rapid Vienna, and it was just a straight pass from Carestes from Will Ferry, high, probably 25 yards from goal, and he whipped in a brilliant ball. So good signs for Dundee United. Dolcek,
who we know has got a dangerous left foot, we saw it here at the weekend against Hearts. Here he comes, the Croatian, curls one in towards the penalty spot, and it's won by Esselink up into there. It comes down on the penalty spot, then it drops for Esselink in his first touch, and he just couldn't get it out his feet and get the strike away. And it's lashed clear by Rapid Vienna. Goalless it remains. United asking a few questions though. Throwing on the far side to Dundee United. They're looking to win back-to-back European ties for the first time since '87. In the glory years of Jim McLean, they reached the semis of the European Cup in '84, beating Rapid Vienna in the quarter-finals along the way. Can they register a similar scalp here? It's played forward, and This link goes back, he heads it off on Teast, and it breaks for the strike on the edge of the box, gets the strike away, and Kucherenko has to turn it behind for a corner kick, and United get away with one there.
I think he can go home there, he's goalkeeper, and I just think it all comes from the throw-in, as I mentioned earlier on there, that, you know, they're keeping the possession that side of the pitch. It's so on to come out the other side and get a switch of play to Will Ferry.
Yeah, but you can't in nights like this against good opposition have those sort of mistakes, or you'll be killed. And it's a decent save from Kucherenko from Teast. He should be burying it though.
Corner on the far side, comes in with the right foot, in swinger onto the edge of the 6-yard box, but Chevet is the one to attack it, and it spins away to this near side, and it will be a Rapid throw-in. But that was begging to be attacked from a Rapid Vienna player, but no one in green and white stripes there.
Yeah, but the United rear guard did well. They set up in I think it was Zono, and they go and attack it well and get first touch.
Bola to Amane, tries the ball through, but Sybil blocks it, and then he puts real pressure on his fellow midfielder and goes all the way back to Setkovic, and across to Serge Philippe Raoult. Forwards, good sliding challenge from Jovu, and it's played forward for Sapsford. The keeper's come a long way here, and the defenders got mixed up. Sapsford touched inside, he falls over, and then United looking for the free kick, and they're going to get it here, edge of the box, in line with the left-hand corner.
I don't understand how the Rapid goalkeeper's coming and getting involved there, and that's what I'm talking about. That's the transitions there. If United can do that successfully, Sapsford picked up a brilliant position there, and he almost scored. Just that I don't understand what the goalkeeper's doing, but it puts United in a good position to put the ball in the box, and I don't think Rapid dealt with the last ball into the box particularly well, so this is a real opportunity.
Petkovic is so quick as well, just stay away, let him knock it back or out the pitch, but he doesn't. I thought Sapsford was maybe just going to play it left foot and try to get through the legs because the goal was empty, but he tried to drag it back inside, and that's why the free kick's given. Yeah,
he's pulled down, and now it's Dolcek with a left foot, curls it to the edge of the 6-yard box, but it's Setkovic who heads it out to the far side. Chevet goes after it, won't get there, but United have a throw-in on the far side and a chance to keep Rapid Vienna hemmed into their penalty box.
Esselink wasn't far away there from that cross. I mean, it must have just cleared them. He was in acres of space to get a header on target.
That'll give them huge encouragement now to get things into the box. You now see a long throw going in from Ferry, and it's keeping it alive.
Here it comes, and again it's dealt with at the near post by Setkovic. Back with Camara, square ball for Sybil, halfway up Vienna's half, then out to Sapsford, comes in on the right foot, curls across, and there's a leg stuck out by Dolcek, and he just sends it behind, and perhaps if he'd left it, there was a run from Waters coming in at the back towards the back post.
And that's the benefit you get with Sapsford and Dolcek playing in their positions, you know, that they come in their natural side, and Sapsford coming in on his right foot, they're putting an in-swinging cross, and Dolcek getting on the end of it and supporting Waters. That's good play and good support play by the two 10s playing off the striker.
Early signs are good, Thomas and Tony, that just because I thought they might had to, I know they're at home, but just dig in, get themselves bedded into the game for 15-20 minutes, but they've had one lucky escape when it was poor defending from Esselink, and apart from that they've looked a threat, Dundee United.
And it's on Teast with a strike into the side netting. Oh, there was hearts and mouths there around Tannadice. Some thought that was in. It felt him on the edge of the box, and he just rattles it towards the goal, but it flew by Kucherenko's right hand post into the side netting.
And that just shows you the threat. You know, it's all about encouraging and how well United have started, but I thought that was in myself. I thought the big boy Teast on loan from Sassuolo, I think it is, he looks a proper striker, and he needs no encouragement there to get his shot away, and it was really for the Anglama, I thought it was in.
That was just instinct. That's what he just turned and hit, and never mind us. I thought Kucherenko thought it was in as well. He's just looking at it thinking, please go fast.
No, there was no chance he was getting to that, but it was on target. Vicious strike from Yannis Ontis, the Frenchman, as Tony says, on loan from Sassuolo. Saying, yeah, I actually played a couple of games with Josh Doig last season. And as Sapsford goes down looking for a free kick, doesn't get it, and forward come Rapid, but Sybil intercepts as he tends to do. Turned over again though, and Rapid Vienna have it. Striding forward through Yannis Horn, the left back, lays it out to Dahl on the left wing, goes back to Amane, then Sangari in midfield. Rapid with everyone bar the goalkeeper in United's half. Here is Petkovic, just outside the centre circle, goes to his centre-back partner Royal, who slides in the pass edge of the box to Sangare, and if he'd taken a better touch, he had the chance for a shot there, but his touch was a bit heavy, and that allowed United to defend the situation. But here's Cvetkovic, the centre-back, trying to dribble away from Kamara, and just squeezes the pass out to Horn, the left-back, into Amani. Rapid now just trying to keep the ball as long as they can to put some pressure on United as they come forward, and that's well worked into Ontis, but Yovu stabs the clearance away, and it's out for a throw into Rapid on this near side.
I seen Jim's frustration here, because that's those transitions I'm talking about where Sibbald had the ball there, and I think, you know, he gives the ball away unnecessarily there, and from that United are defending. They have to get into a shape that they need to make sure that they stop Rapid, that they enjoy possession. And listen, possession breeds confidence. The more touches the ball you get, the more confident you become. So it's important that when they get the opportunities, United, to keep the ball.
He definitely realises the importance of the possession. That's why he's frustrated, because this team can keep the ball for long spells.
And they've had a really good start to the season. 1-5 of 6. United the only side to avoid defeat against them. Very good victory against Sturm Graz at the weekend as they try and establish themselves really as one of the contenders in Austrian football. Rapid Vienna have won the most titles in the country's history, but not since 2008, as they come forward here. And there's a little trip by Kerestej on Sangare.
They've got to be threatening that, the centre half, because even though he's a midfielder, he comes into that pocket and he's found a lot of space already, Sangare, in this game.
And another Rapid move just breaks down on the edge of the box, and Kerestej is trying to launch Waters in behind, and he's done it here. Ball bounces and Waters has it right hand side of the penalty area. Waters back to Kamara, who does a little turn into the edge of the box, and then there's a sliding challenge on Dolček, and the referee says it was good. And now Rapid Vienna break, and their centre half gets caught. Didn't see Waters on his blind side, and Dundee United turn it over. It's frantic. Sibbald out to the right hand side. Dolček chips it in. Waters is there, and then it just goes past the post. He looked like he got a little nudge there. He's looking at the referee, and it just goes by the goalkeeper's right hand post, and 0-0 it remains.
Really good opportunity there, Waters. I thought he was going to get his head on it. Again, I'm not sure about the goalkeeper's position in the right centre half as well for Rapid. Get caught with the run in behind. Good play. Dolček coming inside and just playing that, but he's seen his run there, and that was a really, really good opportunity to take the lead in this tie.
I think Waters, I don't know about you, I thought he's one eye the goalkeeper. I think, see if he just makes it at the right contact there. I think he scores it. It's brilliant from Dolček. Once he cuts in, he's got a head up, he spots him, he floats a cross that leaves the goalkeeper in no man's land and the centre half, and if he gets the right contact, he probably scores. But I think he had one eye in the goalie.
Bounces in front of the United defence. They deal with it though. Kamara lashes it up the right hand touchline. Dolček will chase. Royal has to head it out for a throw in on the far side. But when you look at Ivan Dolček, I watched him against Sune Strassen, and he really struggled. And it just shows you what a bit of game time can do in minutes in the legs, because ever since those two games, he's been absolutely brilliant for Dundee United.
Agreed. I was watching the game with you, and we were talking about how poor a performance it was, and Dolček wasn't at his best, but then he gets a couple of goals against Falkirk, and suddenly he takes off.
And it's intercepted by Bolas, plays it forward for Rapid. Kerestej wins the header. Come back, and Kerestej will have to go after it. He'll leave it for a throw-in at Berlin against Partizan Belgrade. Has just kicked off. Brian McLaughlin is at Easter Road for us. If you're just tuning in, he'll keep us abreast of what's happening there. Hibs, remember, 2-0 in front from the away leg. Goalless here at Tannadice live on Sports on BBC Radio Scotland's extra 17 minutes played. And there have been a couple of half chances for both, but no goals. Headed forward, Esselink out of defence for United with his head. And it's to Dahl, the winger, playing centrally for the moment. Out to Seidel, the captain. And then the sliding challenge from the Rapid Vienna captain means it's a throw into United on this near side.
Yeah, they played narrow in possession as well, and they look to thread little passes through, and they've got it through a few times to Sangare and Sidel and people like that, and that's when they cause Dundee United problems.
Kerestej up the line with a throw. Sapsford with a flick forwards. No one to chase. Berry does now, but Bola has enough time to pass it back to the goalkeeper, who then plays it out to the left hand side, and Jannis Horn into Royal came through the Auxerre Academy in France, much famed academy, and young defender plays it forwards, finds Sangare, back to goal in the centre circle. United win it. Here's Carestes on the halfway line, and he's tried to go for a goal there, I think. I don't know what he was thinking, but it's come off the outside of his left boot and gone for a goal kick. That was, well, the less said about it, the better.
A wee bit of rush of blood there, but the defensive part, it was excellent. But again, it's that when you win that possession back, make the best use you can of the ball. I think that was just something, a wee rush of blood, but the ball was on to play Will Ferry again there and advance up the pitch.
It looked very much like a centre half going, wow, look at all the space I've got.
I think he had a wee look. The goalkeeper again, who hasn't impressed me, was off his line, so that maybe encouraged him to do that, but I don't think he picked the right option there.
He stepped into the right areas. I like that, because Sangare, as I say, he's been in that little pocket because they're trying to get a press on the left hand side. Satson is doing the centre half, Will Ferry's doing the full back, and that leaves a man short in midfield, and that's when they're popping into that space.
Esselink nods it back to Kucherenko, another one who, after maybe looking a bit nervy in his first couple of United games, has grown into it, and you could see him last week shouting the instructions at his defence and really taking a bit of ownership of things between the sticks for Dundee United as Camara drops in and finds Carestes, the Hungarian centre back, across to Esselink in the middle of the back three. He's closed down by Seidel into Camara along the grass to Ferry on the left touchline just at the halfway line. He's closed down and goes back to Carestes. Jim Goodwin, the edge of his technical area, as is Peter Stuger. Oh, and that's a loose pass, but it just finds its way through to Camara, then under a bit of pressure kind of plays it back hurriedly, but Jovu is there to calm things down and send it long up towards Waters, won by Setkovic, and out to Janus Horn. Brilliant pass into Seidel, and Ontis made the run. It's into Ontis. Sliding challenge is absolutely inch perfect from Christian Carestes, because if he didn't, Ontis was going to score there for sure.
He's got to get that right. Hold on, there's an attack now from Dundee United, but
Chevet into Waters, back to Chevet on the right touchline, shrugs off one, keeps it in. He's right on the touchline, Chevet, and then it's deflected and out. I thought he was going to go for a corner there, but goalkeeper's managed to save it. 0-0 it remains, Tony.
Really intelligent play by Rapid there. You see the front two, Seidel as a captain just coming into a wee area there, but it's difficult for centre halves to get in with him. But credit to the reaction for the centre halves, the slid ball in behind him. Carestes got it absolutely spot on, and he had to, because if he hadn't, it would have been a penalty kick.
Yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it, Tony? I mean, Seidel in there, it's just in between where the back line is in the midfield, because United only have two in there, as we said, and they go narrow and they find plenty of space, whether it's in the pocket centrally or this man picking up the ball just now. I've talked about him, Sangare, a few times.
Here's Seidel, edge of the box, low strike, blocked by Jovu and spins away, but as the guys have eloquently described, Rapid Vienna just picking a few gaps now in the United midfield. Sangare and Amani and Seidel just almost working out United shape and trying to play through the lines. That was another good block though from the Dundee United rear guard. They're going to have to come up with a few of those, you would imagine. 21 played, goalless at Tannadice, 2-2 on aggregate.
It's a hard one, Tony, isn't it? Because look at the back line, they don't want to get into there centrally, you know, especially when their goalkeeper's got it, because they're dropping in the pockets or they're building from the back. The centre halves have it. They don't want to get with Seidel or Sangare into those pockets, and they're staying back a flat line, and it's leaving them men down.
Seidel, edge of the box, finds Brower, and it's blocked behind for a corner.
Right, Dodgy. You see that, you know, you see Kamara asking his backlock to get up a wee bit to try and make the lines a bit tighter, you know, to stop, because Sangare's picking up. They need to get some kind of squeeze, get pressure on the ball, because they're picking up really good areas, particularly Sangare. He looks a really good operator in there, and he's giving them problems.
Corner on the far sides for Rapid Vienna. Just starting to turn the screw a little bit here at Tannadice. No goals though. United with some defending to do here. And it's whipped in at the near post, flicked on by Ontis. The goalkeeper's come to the edge of the 6-yard box and he's claimed it brilliantly. Kucherenko, commanding stuff from the Ukrainian, and he's looking for an option. And he just waits and rolls it to Camara. Camara striding his long legs up the left-hand side, up to Ferry. Back to Camara. Into Esselink in the heart of the United defence. And Yuri Jovu scored the goal away at Unastrassen. made it 2-0 in aggregate as United won a European tie for the first time since '97. That's a poor pass from Carestes, but fortunately for him, the Rapid player couldn't control it, and it goes out for a United throw-in about 15 yards into Rapid's half, to the feet of Camara. Up to Sapsford, lovely touch for Ferry. Ferry inside, he's got 3 round him, then floats the ball in, but it just shaped outwards towards the goalkeeper, who claims it 0-0.
Yeah, good initially. Little nutmeg, I think, and then a drive up the left-hand side, but maybe it's a little bit of curly once on it, but he just clipped it straight and it went straight through at the goalkeeper.
It's an important stage of the game, this, for United, because they're certainly got a bit of dominance in the ball at the moment, and they're moving well, they're making good angles as well, and listen, this is what you expect. There's periods like this in the game, but I think I look at Kamara here, I think he's taking responsibility that when it's time for United to get on the ball, just slow things down a bit and keep a bit of possession, get his player way back into the game.
Goalless it is, and the winner of this will play AGG Stockholm or Győri of Hungary. It was 2-1 Stockholm after the first leg, but it was 1-0 to Győri at half-time, so that one's still to be determined. Vixel Brown on the right-hand side, chinking infield away from Ferry, and it played forward, deflected up towards Ferry, who wins it with a header, and then it's into the centre circle. Camara gets there, shrugs off Amani and wins the free kick. Brilliant play from Panuch Camara.
Dogged, Kenny was talking about before the game. Looks like a good acquisition, really enjoying it, getting about the pitch and breaking things up, and he can pass it as well, but him and Sibbald have got a tough shift in there.
Here's Will Ferry, left hand side, he's up to the edge of the box. Will Ferry chips in the cross, back post, goal! Including the shed ends. Dundee United leads. Brilliant header across the goalkeeper into the far corner, and it is Dundee United 1, Rapid Vienna 0. What a moment!
It's a brilliant goal, really well worked. Kerry's ball up to Sapsford, he's wee round the corner to Ferry, and Ferry to pick out Waters in the box like he did there. Waters, like every good striker does, getting in between two centre halves and finishing it off. That's a brilliant goal.
We've talked about their men, where they're hurting United, nice and narrow in possession, finding the pocket, but Tony said it right from the start, left hand side is where United can hurt them, and my word, they did. When he gets forward, I mean, Waters, time and time again, he just gets himself between the sticks, and he's scored a few goals already for United, but then you've got him to pick out, and he's dinked it up absolutely brilliantly, Will Ferry. And Waters, just precision header, doesn't put any pace on it, just lets it hit off his head, sail into the far corner, and what a finish that is.
It is a brilliant header from Max Waters. It's his third United goal already. He scored the first for them out in Vienna. He's grabbed it again, but a brilliant bit of play from the captain, Will Ferry. He was in acres of space, Tony Docherty, at the back post as well.
And it's something that we identified really early on in the game, that the shape of Rapid Vienna, they're playing really narrow, and there's that opportunity to get the ball to the left hand side, and they did it absolutely brilliant there, absolutely brilliant, but then it needs the execution of the cross and the movement of the striker, and they got that spot on, and deservedly with that move go 1-0 ahead.
Yeah, there's a delay here because amidst that celebration there was a smoke bomb chucked onto the grass at Tannadice. It has now been removed, and we are on with the match. What an atmosphere. The perfect start in the opening 25 minutes for Dundee United, and now what have Rapid Vienna got? A side who are favourites coming in to this tie. They remain favourites despite United's 2-2 draw away from home. They've got the pedigree at this level, they've got the bigger budget, but it is Dundee United who are ahead in the tie for the first time, as Antiste is dispossessed by Carestes, and it's played forward to Waters over the top, but it's through to the goalkeeper, Jim Goodwin. Could not have hoped for a better first quarter of the game, really.
I think his tactics have been brilliant. It's too easy to come here after getting a really good draw away from home and think we're going after them, we're going to leave space. I think they'd have been in trouble. They've done it from a nice solid foundation. You're 5, you're 4, you're 1, and they've counter-attacked really well. And I mean the goal was a thing of beauty, just quality right throughout, but just don't lose the game, keep it nice and solid, and that's what United have done so far, and take their chance when it's come their way.
And now Will Ferry tries to launch a counter-attack into Sapsford. He's looking for Waters to chase. Cvetkovic is quick though, and he'll get there first and goes back to his goalkeeper Hedel. And let's go to Easter Road for a quick update from our man there, Brian McLaughlin.
12 minutes gone here, Thomas, still 0-0, but a big chance for Hibs coming after 3 minutes. Martin Boyle, terrific pace down the right hand side, is cross into the box, missed by the Partizan defence. Chris Cadden all alone, 8 yards out, but fired the ball straight at the goalkeeper Milosevic. Still Hibernian 0, Partizan Belgrade 0, but 2-0 to the Easter Road club on aggregate.
Thanks, Brian. It's now Rapid Vienna with a dangerous cross in towards Antiste, but United managed to defend it in their 6-yard box. Out for a throw-in on this near side. And it's crucial now for Dundee United to just try and ensure they keep Rapid out for a spell. Try and keep their noses in front and frustrate their visitors. Throw into United's down in line with the edge of their own penalty area on this near side. Carestes up to Sapsford. Good touch from the Australian. He swivels and plays it forwards for Dolcek to chase. Dolcek leaps, comes off the top of his head. Ro Yao controls, muscled in and put it back to the goalkeeper. Dundee United 1, Rapid Vienna 0. 3-2 on aggregate to Jim Goodwin's men as they look to get through to the playoff rounds of the Conference League. That would be an achievement in itself, but at that point just one step away from the league phase proper. Sangare strokes it back to his goalkeeper. United just pushing Rapids backwards. That's a lovely ball into Zaidel though on the edge of the centre circle. It's pinched by United though into Dolcek. He runs into traffic. There was runners coming forward there, just couldn't get his head up in time. Now it's Bola forward into the middle, well read by Yovu, came across and clears. Now Waters battling and Kamara, brilliant vision to pick out Ferry down the left hand side, and it's up to Sapsford down the wing. Sapsford looking to run at Cvetkovic, but the defender stood firm, hits off him. Kamara wins it again, and the free kick is given. Kamara is perhaps justifiably screaming into the air there, because I thought he got a toe on the ball.
Again, I said a wee while back there, it's an important stage of the game that you need to get the lines right between the back line and the middle to stop the gaps that Sangare and the captain are dropping in, and they've got that right there. The distances are much better, and they're now, when they're winning possession, it's so on in terms of that transition to go and break, particularly down this left hand side.
It's the bit I was looking at, Doc. Sibbald was able to recover because only 10 yards of space in between the lines.
Zaidel was menacing there on the edge of the box, but it just bobbled off a few bodies and goes through to Kucherenko, the Dundee United goalkeeper, who, apart from that Antiste strike when there was the mistake from Esselink, has not really had a save to make. There was the Antiste one that he rattled into the side net, in which, if that was on target, there was no way he was making a save, but went the right side of the post from a United point of view. And crucially, Ferry's cross onto the head of Waters, diverted across the goalkeeper into the far corner. There's the difference between the sides. We've played 31 minutes live on Sportsound on BBC Radio Scotland Extra. European action as Rapids try and come down the left, and Peter Dahl, who's been very quiet in this game so far.
Again, you see Sibbald and Kamara there talking to their three centre-halves about that distance in between them, and if they keep doing that and denying that space, that Sangare and the most effective players for the opposition are, that will really help them, and it will allow them to win possession in good areas. And as I say, even looking at it now, Dodge, look at this switch of play that's on again to Ferry.
And here comes Antiste towards the United penalty spot. Brilliant from Kamara and Sibbald, and they've won it, and it's out to Ferry. He strides across the halfway line. Camera is asking for it in front of him. He checks inside Ferry, but he's picked out a brilliant pass to Dolček in midfield, up towards the edge of the box. Now Chevé's on the overlap, right inside of the area. Low cross into Waters. Flashes past him, and Setkovic lashes it out over on the far side.
Really good play, and it starts with that switch of play. Comes in, Ferry comes in the pitch to get it out the other side. Good support by Chevé, and just that side, and maybe Satterford, I don't know if he's took a wee knock, but I thought he could maybe get across, you know, as a wide.
A few moments ago he was holding his leg.
If there's a wide play to the opposite side, I think you've got to be getting in and supporting your centre forward there.
Sybil get the head up switching, and they get an opportunity, and Will Ferry shows good patience as well.
Long throw comes into the box. Will Ferry flicked up by Esselink, and it just drops onto the roof of the net. Let's go to Easter Road, where there's been a goal. Brian McLaughlin.
It's a goal for Partizan Belgrade, but what a mistake it was by the Hibernian keeper Jordan Smith. It was number 11 Milan Vukotic, 25 yards out with a speculative shot. It looked as if Jordan Smith, all he had to do was clutch the ball, but it slipped through his hands and into the top corner of the goal. It's Hibernian 0, Partizan Belgrade 1. Now 2-1 on aggregate.
It's going to plan here for Dundee United. Tannadice not so much for Hibernian. At Easter Road, their advantage has been halved early on in that game. We'll keep you across that. Incidentally, Giori beat AIK Stockholm 2-0 to go through, so that is who United will face if they can hang on to this advantage. They will play Giori of Hungary in the playoff, who will be stiff opposition, no doubt about it, but on paper it's an enticing tie. Still plenty of work to do here though. It's United on the attack as Yao gets to the ball first and goes back to his goalkeeper, and there's a foul on the far side. Dolček was just over eager, as it Chevé actually, over on the far side. He's just barged into the centre back, and it's a free kick at 34 minutes played. And just listen to this place. Dundee United 1, Rapid Vienna 0. 11 plus stoppages to the break, and Max Waters' goal is the difference between the sides. Forwards, Seidel with a pass out to Horn, the left back, slides it down the left hand side of the box. Dahl chips it in, it's over to the back post. Here's Bola, strikes in. Kucherenko with a brilliant save at his near post, behind for a corner. 1-0 United it remains.
Yeah, you can see they're a threat. They like possession of the ball. I'm not saying they're a great team, but they can certainly shift the ball. They've got a run up down the left hand side. Goes a down, a good clip cross. It comes to Bola, gets a good strike on it, half volley, spinning away, but it's one Kucherenko should deal with, and he does well to beat it away though for the corner.
Corner on this near side, and the referee unhappy with Yanis Antist and Yuri Jovu, who are on the goal line next to Kucherenko. He wants them to play nice. Jim Goodwin, the edge of his technical area, giving the instructions. Rapid Vienna corner here, and the referee blows his whistle again because there's just a bit of friction in there. Kerestes is saying it's him. But here we go, take 3 for this corner, and it's taken short to Weitzel Brown, and it's a poor return pass, which is celebrated by the home fans at Tannadice. And United in the end didn't even have to defend that corner.
That can be as important, you know, the organisation there against the corner was brilliant, and it just frustrated Rapid. They were trying to play that short one, but because the United players did their job so well, it ends up on a throw-in for Dundee United.
Special night brewing at Tannadice. Christian Kerestes with a throw-in up the line towards Sapsford. Another one who looks a find from the A-League in Australia. Breaks for Dolček. He goes to the far side with his pass. It's kind of behind Chevé, and they have to go back to Kucherenko. Takes a touch out his feet and then plays it long towards the halfway line, headed by Sangari, only to the feet of Camara though. Brilliant shift inside from Camara, and then Sibbald, who chips it to Ferry, controls it with the outside of the left boot into Rapid territory, into Sapsford, who's used his body brilliantly up to the edge of the box, and then curls one. Decent effort from Zach Sapsford, just wide of the goalkeeper's left hand post. United 1, Rapid 0.
Again, really good combination play between Ferry and Sapsford. But it is I sound like I'm saying it all the time, but it's that switch of play that's on to Ferry. That's where all the attacks are coming from.
It's brilliant though. I mean, they're in a good place. I didn't think it would be like this tonight. Not that I didn't think United would be winning, but just the way the game's panned out, I expected, Rapid Vienna to have plenty of possession, but I didn't expect United to have as many chances, and when they have, they've taken one, a brilliantly taken goal, and then the confidence has flooded through them. Just a drop of the shoulder there to release them, going through and goal 25 yards and try to shape it and bend it in that far corner. Really good from Sartford and Ferry again.
Bendigo's ball up, and he's miscontrolled that one, and he's straight under pressure from Sapsford, but he manages to squeeze the pass away to Svetkovic. Big switch of play looking for Dahl, but it's won by Vicko Chevet, who will play anywhere that is asked of him. It's Amani out to Horn, who's coming infield towards the centre circle, goes back out with a pass to Amani, then on to Dahl on the left wing. He's moving towards the corner of the box. He's got two in front of him, gets the cross away, and then Seidel shifted it onto the right foot and immediately was met with a challenge which allows United to break now. Sapsford over halfway, he's only got Waters for company. Three Rapid players back, he's gone between two of them. Zach Sapsford for 2-0, and he just can't lay it into the path of Max Waters. Still alive though, pulled back to Dolcek, just inside the area onto the left foot, chops back on the right. Good challenge from Amani to force him outside the penalty area. Oh, what a chance that was for United. It's still alive. Camara out to Chevet. Chevet 5 yards in from the right touchline, and then he's brought down, and the referee signals, I think, for the free kick out on that far side. But what a chance that was for Sapsford.
Self-made as well, when he just gets at the two defenders. I don't know if he nutmegs it, goes between the two of them. I'll tell you what, he was cleaned out late. I know he get the pass away because he's seen it, but it's cleaned out. But anyway, it was a wrong pass. I thought he should have taken on the shot. He's a goal scorer. You see him just moments before try to curl one, and this time he decides to pass, and he's picked up an injury because of that. But brilliant play from him initially, Tony.
It's brilliant play, he sucks two players towards it, and really, really good individual skill to get through there. I'm with you, Dodge. I don't know if they would maybe check this for a penalty kick, because he's certainly late when the ball's played.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The referee's coming over here. Sapsford's down in a heat, and he's got his hand to his ear. VAR is in operation tonight. I can't see a monitor down there. Is that where he's going? I think it is.
For me,
he's going to the monitor.
You called it right away, Dodge. As soon as he's played the pass there, the big centre half, he's come through him. He's come right through him, and I would be looking. I think this is a penalty kick.
Well, it looks like the referee probably agrees. What a huge moment in this game. United 1-0 up. The referee looking at the replays now.
I think he's got to give it. The only way he would it, because he's thinking the pass is away. But then the second bit of it doesn't matter. He's overhit the pass, and have got away with one, United, but you can see he's absolutely wiped out. I think this is a penalty.
Here comes the referee, makes a signal, points to the spot, and it's as if United have already scored it. Penalty, Dundee United. Royale wiping out Sapsford as he breezed into the box and threw on goal. And now a chance for Dundee United to go 2-0 in front 5 minutes before the break. This is massive. And Will Ferry is holding the ball at the moment, the captain, in the absence of the injured Ross Graham. Sapsford has got back to his feet. Jim Goodwin can ill afford another injury, especially to someone playing as well as Zach Sapsford is right now. And tonight, the shed is bouncing. Ferry still holds the ball. We still wait for Zach Sapsford, and he's going to move gingerly off the field. And Ferry's speaking to him as if he's fit, he is perhaps going to take this. But Ferry is holding the ball. Waters is now moving towards the spot, and he gives it, Will Ferry, to Max Waters for the chance to score his second of the night, United's second of the night. It's Waters, strides back, the referee making sure no players are encroaching. The goalkeeper wipes his brow with both arms. Waters steps back. The referee blows the whistle. It's Waters, shed end at Tannadice. He scores! Dundee United! Are in dreamland in the Conference League. A 4-2, Rapid Vienna 0, 4-2 on aggregate.
And it's a fantastic penalty. The goalkeeper goes the right way, and just because he's put it so clean in the bottom left-hand corner, he can't get to it. So great penalty and well deserved. And listen, there's always a great time, but that's a brilliant time to score a goal. Just getting into half-time, if they can just make sure they see this out, win it 2-0, they're in such a strong position.
Some bottle from Waters. I'm telling you, he's shown a bit of character there, because he goes up and takes the ball from Ferry, who's the skipper as well, and he says, no, I'm sticking this in the net. He's a natural goal scorer. You can see that with the way he's positioned himself in certain games, and then he sticks it away with authority, just hooks it into that bottom corner, and it's a brilliant penalty, as Tony says, at a brilliant time to put United in command.
Well, Max Waters, 4 goals in this, just his 5th United appearance. And as Billy said there, what bottle, because there was a big delay there. There was a bit of a conversation about who was going to take it. He was handed the ball and he just drills it. Goalkeeper went the right way, couldn't keep it out, and Serge Philippe Royal was booked for that challenge as well. And now Vienna are in a massive hole, and here they come. Bendigou's ball gets to it on the right hand side, chips in the cross. Kucherenko leaps on the edge of his 6-yard box and claims it, and then slams to the turf, and that is cheered almost as much as the penalty was.
And I'm just looking, I know that there's Waters has scored 2 and Kamara, just the way he ran to the fans, he's away in front of everybody celebrating. He looks as if he's loving life here at Tannadice, Kamara. I think he looks a bit like Silla that you had at Dundee, Dot. I don't know if you agree with me, but
that was my first impressions when I seen him. You know, he's very good breaking out with the ball, and he looks a real good player, really good player.
Weitzel Brown threatens briefly there, but United clear it on this far side. 1 minute left of the first half, plus whatever will be added by the officials. It's Dahl down the left for Rapid, comes in edge of the box, looks to let fly on the right foot, passes it to Sangari, and that's a shocking pass straight to Chevet. And now United on the counter, and Sapsford had made the run, but he just couldn't be found by Waters. He was clean through if that pass went to feet. But now here's Horn, slides it in, and then Dahl with the effort on the penalty spot, and he has completely fluffed his lines. That was a brilliant chance for Rapid to get back into this game.
It's not over yet by a long shot. Next goal's so important, but Dahl, I think it was Antiste that was behind him, or was it maybe it was Amani coming in there? He's got to shout, because he takes it right off him. Dahl, here's a chance.
Goal check into the box, good strength, and he goes down under a little nudge from Royal. Referee shakes a finger, and the French centre-back breathes a sigh of relief. In behind for Dahl, can't control it, and it skips through to Kucherenko. It was an awkward one, in fairness to the winger of Rapid Vienna. He was clean through if he managed to get a toe on that.
I think Jovo's got away with one there. He's made a good run from out to in there, and he's almost in, you know, just the ball skidding off the surface. But this is the importance now, you know, just getting into half time. The reason that opportunity came for Rapid, because United were in possession of the ball, and on a counter attack they gave it away. It's just important for this last bit for at half time. Keep possession, get control of the football, get dominance of the ball, and try and go in, not conceding.
Here's Dahl, left corner of the box, outside of the book cross. What a ball it is, right across the 6-yard box out the far side, but no one attacking it in a green and white jersey, and it goes behind for a goal kick. 2-0 to Dundee United.
Long may it continue, Doc, but it looks, and you might disagree with me, they are trying to score the perfect goal at times, and I know every goal's perfect, but just try to walk it into the net instead of just doing the right thing, having runners desperate to get in there, because they've put across some brilliant crosses in the game so far, had some brilliant passes, but they look, and I hope it continues, as I say, a little bit powder puff.
They're a good side, though, isn't it? I'd agree with you, because the rotations and the movements are so good. They're looking for that final pass when it might be on to just let a shot go or whatever, but they're a good side, and particularly this period in the game, they're dangerous because they realise 2 goals down, they're going for it. So it's really important that the home team get in here. Clean sheet.
We've played a minute and a half of the 3 added at the end of this first half. Dundee United 2, Rapid Vienna 0, 4-2 on aggregate to Dundee United. How they would love to get another break with that advantage intact, as Carestes throws it to Ferry, flicks it up with a head. Sapsford has won everything really up to him down this left hand side, and that looked like it went out, and It has, and it's a Dundee United ball, so another throw in, and United just need to see out one more minute, and they will go to the changing rooms with a 2-goal advantage as Will Ferry launches it up the line. It's won by Cvetkovic. Camera lets it bounce, then it goes through to Carestes, who just leathers it with a left boot all the way through to the Vienna goalkeeper. And then Horn, the left back, takes it over halfway. This may be the last attack of this first 45 at Tannadice. Here is Amani, fires it into Sangare, who's midriff tight, and not a great one, and now United trying to work it out, but it's won back, and Sangare lays it to Royal, and then to Yannis Horn on the left hand side, crosses in, Jovu's there at the near post, flicks it up and away, and it bounces back for Royal, centre half who gave away the penalty. The whistles rain in at Tannadice, so that's good play for Hidal, breaks back to Seidel, the captain, fires it across the 6-yard box, Esseling, then he shouts to leave it, it's only as far as Seidel out on the left hand side of the box, but United recover and half clear it, and now Cvetkovic goes from distance, deflected by Sybil, and behind for a corner kick. Will we have time? No, we won't. The half-time whistle goes, and what a first half for Dundee United. It's dreamland stuff for Jim Goodwin and his side as they head for the changing rooms with a 2-goal advantage. Both goals coming from Max Waters. The first, a brilliant header across the goalkeeper into the bottom corner on 25 minutes after a superb cross hoisted to the back post by captain for the night, Will Ferry. And it would to get even better, Zach Sapsford with a brilliant mazy run into the box. It looked as though the final ball had let him down as he looked to lay it on a plate for Waters. The chance broke down, but Royal, the centre half, clattered into Sapsford after the ball was gone. VAR intervened, sent the referee to the monitor, and a penalty was given to Dundee United. After a bit of a delay for Sapsford, who was injured, up stepped Waters and just drilled it into the same corner he'd glanced his header 17 minutes prior, and Dundee United have a commanding 2-goal advantage at Tannadice in the Conference League. A brilliant first half, a sensational atmosphere. Can they finish it off after their break? We'll find out. Half time, Dundee United 2, Rapid Vienna 0, 4-2 to United on aggregate.
Dundee United in the UEFA Conference League qualifiers.
Live on Sports Sound
from BBC Radio Scotland.
When they're away at uni and the show you all love is on telly. When you're miles apart but still laughing at the same joke. When the emojis come thick and fast.
Triple smiley face and a heart.
I knew they'd love that.
Nothing brings us together like great TV. Make sure your child has a TV licence when they go to uni so they're covered to watch all TV channels and BBC iPlayer. And you'll still enjoy all those TV moments in the family group chat. Search TV licence students.
You're listening to European Sports Sound here on BBC Radio Scotland. What an incredible atmosphere here at Tannadice this evening. It's a full house, and so far the team are delivering for the home fans. It's been end to end in the first half. So many chances, great colour in here, and so far so good for Dundee United. It was a 7:45 start here, an 8 o'clock start through in the capital. Hibs at home to Partizan Belgrade. Our reporter Brian McLaughlin is there. Last we heard from you, Brian, it sounded like a tricky old night for Hibs.
Yeah, it's proven to be that case. We've 11 minutes to go before the break, and it's Hibernian 0, Partizan Belgrade 1 as a throw. The ball's thrown once again into the Hibs box, but the goal came after 17 minutes. Milan Vikutovic with a shot from fully 25 yards out, possibly even further, Kenny, and it was one that the goalkeeper really should have had in his arms, but he decided to push it out, tried to push it wide, but the ball ended up going through his hands and into the back of the net. Two big chances since then though for the home side to get back in level terms on the night. Martin Boyle down the right hand side, his cross just missing the on-rushing Josh Campbell, and then seconds later a short corner from the right hand side. The ball eventually fed in by Levitt, and Rocky Bashiri was all alone at the back post. He looked certain to score but could only knock the ball wide off the Belgrade goal. But it's a nerve at Easter Road here now. Partizan are showing they're no mugs. and they're here to try and get back in this tie. And as it stands, they are in it, although they still trail on aggregate by 2-1.
Thanks to Brian, plenty more from him throughout the evening. Second half commentary to come from here at Tannadice. It's just been a brilliant night here. It's hard to describe, I'm sure it's coming over the airways, how fantastic, Billy Dodge, the game has been. It's been end to end. It's been electric, isn't it?
It has. And do you know what? I'm going to be honest, I didn't expect.
No.
I didn't expect it to be this way, Kerry. I thought this team, they're rattled, and it's all down to United by putting in the near perfect performance and some. They have shown that balance we talked about, where solid foundation. Don't go chasing again because you've got a big crowd putting that pressure on to leave space, because we said this team could pass. They can. They look a bit powder puff up front. I don't think it's done yet. I will put that warning out right here. If the next goal, and I know we all say it, and it's an old adage in football, the next goal, this one, is so important, or United just keep a clean sheet and see it out. Their quality goals, I had 6 chances for United, 6 or 7. I didn't think they would get that, but they have been quality. The first goal, the clip from Ferry, the pick out, the brilliant header back across.
You're a striker. Talk to him about that header. He was so cool. He didn't need to get a lot on it, did he?
No, because the ball was so perfect, and then he knows, because it's from this left-hand side, if the listeners can get it in their head, where it's clipped into the United right, and that's where Waters is. The goalkeeper is going across his line, and Waters knows it, so he knows when it's coming across. When I get him coming across, I just have to get the perfect angled header. Don't have to put power on it, just shape it back into that corner, and it's exactly what he did where the goalkeeper is coming from. The second goal, I thought the chance had gone. It was brilliant play from Satford, just direct at the 2 defenders, gets through, and I thought he was going to curl it, and he passes it, but I noticed just at death he was wiped out, and I thought,
you called it, Billy.
It's a penalty, but I don't know, because the pass was away, and I know it doesn't matter that he'd taken that choice. I've tried to set up my pal, and he's missed the pass really, and the chance was gone. Thought they might not look at it, but luckily they did. It is a near perfect performance, as I say, and a whole lot more, Kenny. Brilliant.
Yeah, loving it, Tony. I've seen you gesturing a few times here to get the space that's down this left hand side. That's where the dangers come from, and the Rapid side don't seem to have reacted well to that. Time and again, United have been in down here.
Yeah, listen, I think United need to be really commended for that. There's a couple of things happened in the game. There was a wee spell, it's easy up here because you see the whole picture, and right from the first minute, even from the throw-ins, you've seen that a switch of play was on. They were exposed down the left-hand side, and then it goes down to the quality of the combination play between Ferry and Sapsford that's allowed them to get the advantage and go 2-0 in. But I think credit to United as well. There was a period in the game when they got a wee bit of run around, when Sangari in particular and the captain were picking up really good positions in between the back 3 and the middle 2 of Kamara and Sibbald in there, and the players identified it, and you've seen that. And what they've done now is, I think any time there was a sideways or a backways pass, the back 3 were squeezing up and they were nullifying that space in there. And once they get that right, they then started picking up good possession of the football, and then they started getting the transitions right and playing these switches of play, as you've just mentioned there, to Ferry, and that's been a pivotal part of the game, and it's allowed United to get a foothold in it. So yeah, as Billy says there, I think it's been almost flawless, the performance, but I do still, you see just at the very end there, they're still playing a team of real quality, so they need to, I'm sure Jim and Sharpie and Bo, they'll be reinforcing that in the dressing room just to make sure, get these lines right, nullify the space for their influential players, and on that transition keep possession and hit them where they're vulnerable, which is down this left hand side with switch of play.
Yeah, you guys have said that all game. You can see the potential, there's really quality in that Rapid Vienna side, but as Billy said, they're just not finding the final ball in the box. Yeah, the keeper's had to come out a couple of times. Is it really good? You'd have to say that the United keeper, Billy, it felt like an awful long wait because of that injury to Sapsford, then the VAR check for the penalty, then the indecision over who was taking it. I'm thinking about Waters there. There's an awful lot of he's got an awful lot of time to think about it, hasn't he?
Can I say bottled Waters?
Yeah,
and that's what he showed. He showed that when he went up, said to the captain, remember, give me it.
Aye.
He's a natural goal scorer, I've noticed since the start of the season. It took a little while to get up to fitness. Looks quite a big lad as well, and he just gets in between the sticks. All his goals.
I think he's moving for the goal there, Dodgy, which you did brilliant yourself. Is that double movement? He sucks the centre half towards the ball.
So he step to Peel,
ducks in behind him, and that positioning, a good centre forward being in between centre halves. and between defenders, and then, as you say, directing it across the goalkeeper. As good a pick out and as good lead-up play it was for Sapsford and Ferry, the striker play, when you get one against, 2 or 3 with the fullback coming in there as well, to pick up that position and show the cool head to finish it. And then, as you said, with the penalty, he's got to drill that in that bottom corner because the keepers went there.
If he misses it after taking it off, because there's no doubt Ferry was hitting it.
Aye.
He's sitting there,
he was ready.
standing there, sorry, he's put it down.
Aye.
And then suddenly he's like that. But the good thing is there was no argument publicly for the fans to see. He just handed it to him. I'm the skipper, I'm taking responsibility, I'm handing you the ball without causing a commotion. And then, as Tony says, he's got to stick it away. And
right in the corner.
Precision with power.
Do you like Sapsford?
I do. It's the first time I've seen him live. I think he's a real, confident player. He wants to take people on 1v1. I tell you what goes unnoticed, the amount of work that he's doing on that side. Because when you're playing against that system, the system that Dundee United are playing, you are vulnerable to 2v1s and the out down the side with their fullbacks getting on it, and that requires a real level of work for Sapsford on this side, particularly because I think Bola's a really effective player for them doing that right side. So he's doing his work against the ball. He's getting help from Sybil coming out for the central position as well. But then, as I said, in terms of balance, when he gets in possession, he looks a real threat every time he's on it, and the combination play between him and Ferry has been really impressive.
It's amazing how they're getting joy, because I thought that as well. 2v1s, got to be careful of it because they've got a full back and a winger against Ferry. But I know it's in possession, Ferry's finding so much space. I don't think their winger's doing a shift back the way the guy they brought in tonight, Witzelbrow.
Yeah.
I think he's being lazy, and it's just allowing Ferry to step in.
Aye.
And then the full back at times is really narrow, and then their midfield, as you say, is shuffled right across. In fact, Witzelbrow's the one, sometimes it's going in, but you should still have 2v1 to adjust by the time the ball's travelled there, and they've done it poorly.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Keep it going, as I say, Kenny.
Yeah, and it's something, it's important that you obviously been identified by the bench, but the players on the pitch as well, they've identified that and they've smelled out that weakness. It's important that you exploit any weaknesses that you see in the opposition, and they've done that, and they've done it to great effect. And I go back to that point about, and it's great to see that, the players communicating. I see them going in at half time. That problem that they had in that position of the pitch where they were dropping off in front of the back three, they sorted that out, and that's what good players do. They identify problems on the pitch. Of course, the coaching style, you look at that and you can identify things, but when you're on the pitch and you sniff it and you make those adjustments to your shape and your formation, I think they've done that really well.
Self-run, and they had to, because they would have got a doing with the two in there, the way they were playing narrow and finding
Sangari looks
those
really,
passes, Siddell through the middle as well. Sangari coming in, and they were finding it through, and it's the old adage, do you want to leave them 40 yards of space to play under 20? And then suddenly they got it, and it allowed Sybil to actually backtrack and adjust his position and get a foot in at times. And sometimes the centre halves were getting a foot in as well. So it worked well. They've got to continue that because they're a man down in midfield.
Well, they can get the business done tonight. As Thomas told you, they'll face FC Gear of Hungary. They have seen off AGG Stockholm, and more problems for Hibs at Easter Road. Brian McLaughlin.
A second goal for Partizan Belgrade, and it's come for Jovan Milosevic, the number 7. But again, the goalkeeper Jordan Smith, he's made a real mess of this. It was a ball from 12 yards out. It was I don't even think the striker actually hit it well enough. He seemed to hit the ground first, but the ball trickled towards the goalkeeper. He dived for it, he went over the ball, and the ball trickled over the back of the line and into the back of the net. A real mess for Hibernian. It's game on now here at Easter Road. We're approaching half time. It's Hibernian 0, Partizan Belgrade 2, 2-2 on aggregate.
My goodness, contrasting fortunes for the Scottish clubs this evening. Brian McLaughlin bringing us all the news from that, but I'm trying to think which of the pundits said it in sports. But certainly the past couple of weeks we're talking about the strength of Hibs, and someone said, look, I do think they still need to strengthen the position of goalkeeper. He's done very well since he came in, but he's having a nightmare through in the capital this evening, so plenty of work to be done. But we did say that last week, of course, a very young team, Partizan Belgrade. You felt the heads went down at home to Hibs, but they're fighting their way back into it tonight. The atmosphere tonight here at Tannadice is absolutely amazing. Fair play to the ultras behind the goal off to our right hand side, most of them with their tops off, bare chested. Happy to report that trend hasn't hit the gantry just yet. That would be,
and it never will.
no, thank goodness for everyone that's here in the stadium tonight. But I'm going to give a lot of credit credit to the United fans. They have been terrific cheering the side on, and the side have rewarded them with a fantastic first half performance. Let's hope they can do the business in the second 45 minutes. A reminder, I'll keep you updated on all events through Edinburgh. It's been a real struggle so far for Hibs. That one could go, of course, to extra time. So far, so good for Dundee United. Let's get back for second half commentary. Dundee United against Rapid Vienna with Billy Dodge, Tony Docherty and Thomas Duncan.
Thanks, Kenny. The noise you hear is the United players coming back out to an ovation from the fans. What a first half. It really was played to perfection. Couple of scary moments which they dealt with. Kucherenko with a good save to deny Ontist. But Rapid Vienna are going to make a change, and it's perhaps no surprise. The one change he made, Peter Stuger, to his lineup for the first leg. Dominic Weichsel-Brown over on the left has been replaced, and Andrea Radulovic, the Montenegrin international, I always have to say I was surprised, didn't start after his performance last week, but I don't know if he's carrying a knock or something, but he is on, as is Ercan Kara, number 9, the striker, and perhaps looks like Dundee United going to have to making a change as well. Amar Fata is stripped and ready next to the fourth official, getting his final instructions, and a bit of a rallying cry from Jim Goodwin. So we'll see when the board goes up here. So
I think it's probably that injury to Sapsford that's prevented him from carrying on, and that's he'll be gutted with that, Jim. That's another injury. That looks like a forced change he's had to make there, because he was having a fantastic game, Sapsford, but again it lets you see the adaptability of your squad now.
Yeah, I mean, he must be shaking his head thinking, really, another injury? Jim Goodwin, Amar Fata, the Swedish 21-year-old winger on loan from Poit in France, part of the City group. He actually trained with Man City last summer and went on their summer pre-season tour. A bit of potential about him, so we'll see what he can do. Made his debut off the bench against Hearts at the weekend, and we're off and underway at Tannadice in the second half. United 2-0 in front, 4-2 up on aggregate, doing the business. That's a couple of changes for Rapid Vienna, both of them in attack, as Dahl on the left hand side carries it forward, runs at Chevet, and then slips in behind for one of the substitutes. Kara gets to the byline, rolls out across, but Kucherenko's there to make the block. Back now to Dahl on that left hand side of the penalty area, touch out his feet, crosses it to the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away by Jovu, and Spetkovic from distance fires it way over the top and into the stands. Dundee United 2, Rapid Vienna 0.
And right away you see the threat, that run down the side, and from Kara there, that little half-space run, and I was surprised actually that Radulovic, is it? It wasn't playing, because he had a really impressive game in the first round, and he came off at half-time in the win against Sturm Graz at the weekend there. So, and I do think all the problems for Rapid Vienna were caused by the wide player that was brought in there, allowing Will Ferry to get that space. So they've obviously identified that, and it just shows you there they need to be on their guard there, because that was a good opportunity right away from Rapid Vienna to get in and get a goal back.
And they're now a 4-4-2. It's not a diamond, but like 2 wingers and 2 central midfield just match up in there, so it'll be less for Kamara and Sybil to worry about with the extra man. So they're going for it. You can't blame them, Rapid Vienna, by putting on an extra striker.
Yeah, and they've taken off Matthias Seidel, their captain, and that is a bit of a surprise there. The changes have been made. Chevet, it is half-time now at Easter Road, and it is Hibernian 0, Partizan Belgrade 2. 2 all on aggregate. Not going to plan for Hibs so far. Can they get back in front in the tie in the second half here at Tannadice? United in control, 2 goals up. Forced into a change, Sapsford off at the break, and now it's played down the side of the box for Radulovic, who chases into the area and can't keep it in on the byline, and it just goes behind for a goal kick to Dundee United. A massive second half for Jim Goodwin's side.
It looks like they're playing that kind of 4-4-2 dodge about, and Teast is dropping in and playing off Kara as the main striker, and you see the runs down the side you're getting from Radulovic, and that could give United a real problem. You've just got to make sure they deal with that.
Kucherenko long clipped it towards Will Ferry, who was towards the halfway line but wasn't the best pass, goes out for a throw-in. And now What do Rapid Vienna have in store? We've talked them up as a side of European pedigree, of good technical players, but United have done a job on them. Can they respond in the second half? Here is Raoult, a Frenchman, booked and gave away the penalty, and then that is a shocking ball in behind, which takes one bounce off the turf and goes behind for a Dundee United goal kick. They'll take those all day long.
Yeah, you want that. You want to get a good shape about you, hard to beat and hard to break down, no space. And you want the centre half to be the one that hits the straight pass, and that's exactly what happened. United were set up well, and Raoult had to hit a straight long pass down the left hand side straight out of play.
Kucherenko long with the left foot, deeper into Rapid's territory this time, and that's a poor header from Bola, and Dolchek controls it in dummies, tries to slip it to Fata, but it's intercepted and back to Hedel, the goalkeeper, who punts it long towards the halfway line, and it's with Ferry now on the touchline. Ferry knocks it inside to Craig Sibbald. Sibbald slides it down the line for Fata to chase, but the right back Bola just got back in the nick of time and passes it back to his goalkeeper, who goes long, flicked on. Antiste will chase, but Camara will get there for United. Plays it forward first time, but too heavy for Dolchek to chase, and it goes through to the goalkeeper. Dundee United 2, Rapid Vienna 0. What a performance it has been from the men in Tangerine this evening so far. It's played 4 minutes of the second half. Here is Bola. Infield to Amani. Romeo Amani barrels round, goes square to Raoult, centre back. Then out to Horn, the left back. Comes infield, checks back out the way and gives it to Peter Nosadal. Driving infield as he's tended to do in this game. Narrowing up the pitch as Antiste drops way back into midfield, lays it off to Amani, tried to thread one through the eye of the needle there, and it's picked off by Sibbald. And now Camara with a break, and Dolchek up in support. There's numbers back for Rapid, including the replacement at half-time. The striker Kara did well. Now it's Sangare, pass across halfway to Bendiguz Bola, then up the right-hand side into Antiste. First time for Sangare, switch of play for Horn. Can he get there? And skips off the grass, and too high for him, and goes out for a throw-in.
I do think the two players that Rapid have brought on of the quality that are going to give United problems. I think they're better replacements than the ones that started the game. But what they're doing there, it's important that United's midfield, particularly Sibbald, they stop the passing lanes into the striker that they brought on, Kara, because he looks like he could be the main player, you know, a target man, with Antista just playing off him. So if they deny him any supply, you know, that's an important part when they're out of possession.
Rapid throw in their own half, goes to the feet of Svetkovic, who can shift for a man who is about 1.95 m. Here he is, ball in the centre circle, short of halfway, curls one into the channel, but Ferry read that and meets it first time up towards halfway. Header forwards, Camera first time off the side of the foot, and it bounces in the centre circle, played forward. Karestej has time to dig it down this time and does well, lays it to Ferry, plays it down the left hand side. Amar Fata will run after that, but it's asking an awful lot of the winger.
Just that wee thing Karestej does there, it's really important that rather than just playing a ball forward, he takes that down, takes a bit of control and keeps possession. They're going to need to keep doing that, United.
Here's Yannis Horn, the left back, just at halfway. Slides it forward down the left-hand side for Peter Nosadal, running at Chevet, takes him on, goes towards the byline, checks back on the right foot, he's got space to cross, floats it to the back post, but was behind the teammates that were in there, and Karestej clears it. But there's a bit more concerted pressure from Rapid Vienna without the attempts on Kucherenko's goal, as it goes to the right-hand side, swung in towards Antiste, doesn't beat the first man. Out to Fata, and Sibbald, back to Fata, the winger, tricky feet, and does really well to squeeze that back down the line to Will Ferry, who launches it forward for Max Waters to chase. And I do just wonder where United's depleted squad, they've got a lot of young kids on the bench. The most senior players on the substitutes bench really are Kai Fotheringham and Miller Thompson, 22 and 21. So, other than the Dave Richards, the backup goalkeeper. So, I wonder how much to the well, so to speak, some of these United players can go, especially like Max Waters, who was ill last week and missed the Hearts game. Yannis Horn crosses it to the back post. It's a poor ball. It will be chased by Radulovic though. Gets there, knocks it back to ball up. Fata's won it. And now he comes inside, drives into space, and slides a calm pass to Panuch Kamara. Then Fata looks a technically accomplished player, having come on at half-time, back to Esselink in the United box, and he's fired a good pass out to Chevet on this right-hand side, in his own half still, floats it down the line for Dolcek, controls it on the chest, moving towards the box, goes back to face his own goal now. Kamara offers an option, he plays infield to Sibbald, who's made a run, opens up on the left foot, spreads it to Will Ferry, 7 or 8 yards in from the left touchline, into Fata, now Kamara with the right foot across to Dolcek comes in on the left, curls a great ball to the back post. Ferry arrives and can only send it up and into the stands. Good move from United.
That's what United need to do. They just had a combination of 12 passes there, and it totally changed the complexion. They were under the cosh a little bit there. Rapid had a foothold of the game, but comes to the centre half. He plays a good ball in the wide right area, and they keep possession. They work up the pitch and they work an opening, and that's what they need to do more of. That's what they did particularly well in the first half.
It would have been goal of the season. I mean, they've started away in the left back to the left winger, to come back out to their centre half, to switch play to this side, to come back in field, to playing it up the channel, then to Dolcek, and who just puts on his left foot and curls it in. And if Ferry scores that at the back post, oh my word, you talk about performance, that would have topped it all.
No Sadal infield to Sangare, and it's back now with the centre half. Royal moves out to Svetkovic, the centre half partner, who's moving towards the touchline. Back to Radulovic, infield now to Sangare, fast pass in, and it's Dahl with a strike, brilliant save. Kucherenko low to his left hand side, beats it behind. Corner kick though, 2-0 United it remains.
And that's the threat of the opponent again, as you see there. United have just had some brilliant play, almost scored themselves, but then you see the standard of the opposition there, the rotations in mid-park. Dahl coming in for that side, getting a shot off, and it's a great save, but the goalkeeper keeps them 2-0 up.
Corner on the far side, United defending a 2-goal lead. Rapid Vienna desperate to get back into this tie, and they're taking their time with this set piece. Here it comes, left-footed, curled in towards the back post, on top of the goalkeeper. Kucherenko got a really strong punch up into the air, and it clears the edge of the box, and Karestej has gone after it, and he's looking for the free kick here. He was caught, and on we go. Advantage being played by the referee, Kamara, and he's spotted the switch onto Fata, who collects it, and Fata's got pace. Fata up towards the edge of the box, in on the right foot, it's Amar Fata with a curling strike, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. United a threat on the break though, 2-0 they lead.
Going back to the referee, I thought he was going to blow, and he let it go, and it was perfect because United men up and they switch the play again. Fata getting the ball from this right hand side and the left to his left hand side channel, cuts in right foot, but you're waiting for it to sail past the goalkeeper, but it was straight at him.
Ball for Antiste was awkward for Esselink to deal with, but deal with it he did. He knocks it out for a throw in down near the corner flag. United,
and I think that role, Antiste just playing off the striker, suits him. You see that there, he's making the runs with a Cara occupying centre half, he's making runs down the side, and he looks more effective in that role.
Sangare chips the ball in straight to Esselink on the penalty spot, heads it up and away, and then Kamara touch. He just looks like a player that's losing confidence, but I've cursed him there as it's given away, couldn't quite regather, and now it's Rapid with the ball back to Svetkovic in United's half. The centre back carries forwards unopposed at the moment. Sibbald goes to meet him, out to the right hand side, curled cross, brilliant header, bullet header, but it's straight at Kucherenko. Great lead from Cara, and if he put that further into the corner, United could have been in trouble, but he didn't.
Yeah, it's a bit more direct from them. It's good play, and they just roll it wide to Bola, and he just takes out his feet, whips in across, and Cara's got himself between two centre halves and that left hand side of the United defence. He gets a good strong header on it, but as you say, Thomas, it's straight at Kucherenko.
I think Fata's got to do more to stop the cross. When you get out there, it's something that Sapsford, particularly in the first half, was doing. I talked about his work rate. It's both sides, it's offensive and defensive, and I think he can get out there and stop that cross a bit better.
Dundee United 2-0 up, 4-2 up on aggregate. Live on Sportsound, BBC Radio Scotland. We are 12.5 minutes into the second half. It's played long. Peter Dahl It bounces, controls it, left-hand side of the area. He's got Chevet in front of him, onto the right foot. Now it's with Amane. Amane in his pass evades Antiste, and United can clear. Every clearance is greeted with a round of applause and a roar from the United faithful.
It's going to be long, Thomas, if they just keep booting it like that. I know they're under pressure, but they've got to try and make a pass in that back line, because that's where they've got numbers, and just try and keep it without taking a risk. And as you saw with that chance that they worked to the back post for Ferry, I'm not saying overplay, but certainly make a couple of passes.
Oh, that's neat. Radulovic into the box, strike, brilliant block, sensational block from Esselink, who then eggs on the Sheds, which returns the favour with a roar.
Yeah, definitely the introduction of Radulovic and Kara has made a difference to Rapid. You see the quality, the standards went up.
Yeah, he's got that little burst of pace, and he looked as if he was hitting the target with that strike. Brilliant block, corner comes in swinger, and it bounces right in front of the goalkeeper, who was unsighted, and there's a bit of an inquest in the United back line between them and the goalkeeper, but luckily it just skipped right through the other side.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Cvetkovic has got to do more. He's attacked it, but he's like letting the defender nudge him off the ball at the vital moment. And then I think it's Dahl at the back post, he misses as well. Listen, as I say, long may it continue. They don't really gamble and break their neck to get there. They want to score where it's right on a platform and pop into the net, but sometimes you have to get hurt to score a goal, and I feel that Dahl on that occasion could have maybe have just bust a gut just to get right in at that back post.
Yeah, there's really not made the most of some of their set pieces, Rapid Vienna. They've had good delivery at times and just not enough conviction in the runners in the box. There's Vichko Chevet, takes a throw in halfway up Vienna's half. Dolcek trying to hold off two, and he's won a throw in. Brilliant from the Croatian, who takes a puff of the cheeks. Just put in some shift.
See Jim instructing his players there just to try and show a bit of calm, and like we say, like Dodge's point there as well, but taking that wee bit more time on the ball, getting a wee bit more control of the game when the opponents are coming at you. It's important that United do that. When they do it, they're really effective, as you've seen, but that's the important bit. The transitions are good play.
Fata's wriggled out of a hole here. He's up to the edge of the box trying to feed Ferry on the overlap, but it just didn't go through to him. Good block from Rapid, and now they look to counter, but United have managed to slow it. Amane across the horn, the left back, infield to Antiste, who drops deep. Antiste to Amane, and then Sangare forward to Radulovic, read by Karestes, who's come an awful long way, and he's still going, trying to close the space down. Retreats back to the left centre half position now. Rapid come forward. Royal, the centre half, fires it with the left foot. It's an awkward pass, not a good one. Radulovic would have done well to control that. It goes out for a United throw-in on the far side. We've played an hour just over, and it is Dundee United 2, Rapid Vienna 0. Both goals from Max Waters.
And Rapid they've not changed their shape. All they've done is they've deployed better players, I think, in better areas. You know, the two introduction of subs, it's really apparent that now we're on Antiste playing as that withdrawn striker, he's much more effective, and he's given United problems.
Back underway at Easter Roads. Hibs 2-0 down, 2-2 in aggregate. You can watch that one on BBC Scotland if you like, while you listen to Dundee United doing the business so far. 2-goal advantage. Here come Rapid though. Cross comes in from Bola, straight at Karestes, who headed it into the turf, and United then clear. Waters closes down. He's on a hat-trick, but he's putting in the defensive shift as well. As it's headed forward to Kara, and Antiste controls. Lays it to Sangare, comes onto the left foot and spreads the play out to Peter Dahl. Left corner of the area, he's into the box, he's taking on Chevet. Again, looked to thread a pass through two United players, Camara and Chevet, but he's managed to win a corner.
I'm just wondering when, Jim might think about, you mentioned earlier on about Waters, an hour into the game now he had that bug, and listen, I'm a big fan of the young Sturton, and I think he did fantastically well at the weekend, and I've seen his development. I think he might turn to that and just give that physical presence and that energy up top to try and get them out.
Yeah, because he's 18, but he's a big lad, that's for sure. Owen Sturton, as the corner is readied for Rapid, comes in swinger again to the near post, glancing header in the bottom corner. And Rapid Vienna have the goal back they wanted. It's Antiste who thumps his chest and signals to the away end, who are in full voice for the first time in a while. And suddenly there are nerves around Tannadice, because Rapid Vienna have one back. It is Dundee United 2, Rapid Vienna 1, 4-3 on aggregate.
Well, you talked about the delivery, and it was pinpoint again. They always get somebody across that front post. I think it was Antiste that got the touch and might have just flicked off Svetkovic. I mean, it's a brilliant delivery. I think it's Svetkovic. It's Antiste who's wanted it, but anyway, it's 2-1. The scenario we dreaded might even been an unknown goal.
It was whipped right in at the near post, and someone got a touch in it, and it took it away from the goalkeeper into the far corner. And now United need to remain calm here. Rapids with their first goal of the night, the third in the tie, just one behind again. And now it's Antiste coming down the left hand side, comes in and passes it to Amane, square pass to Sangare, middle of the pitch towards the edge of the box. Good pass in play, but United get bodies in and Camera gets it away, but then it comes back to Kara, who lashes for goal, blocked by Sybil. Now it's Svetkovic, the centre back, crosses to the edge of the 6-yard box, diving header from Jovu, and still Rapid come. Antiste. United just can't relieve the pressure at the moment, and Sybil, he's done brilliantly there, Craig Sybil, and now he's put away Will Ferry up the left hand side. Ferry heading for the touchline, and then he's whipped an early ball in, but there was no one really there, and it's straight on top of the goalkeeper, and it remains 2-1 to Dundee United. And it looks like Rapid Vienna are going to make another change shortly. Nicholas Wurmbrandt is stripped and ready on the touchline. We'll see how quickly that change can be made. Antiste has been credited with the goal according to UEFA, so I'll take his word for it. He certainly claimed it. Here is Sangare down the right hand side of the United box. It's in, flashed across, and Kucherenko dived, and it's gone right through. Goal kick. Dundee United just can't get out at the moment.
Yeah, there's real dominance from Rapid now. It's a difficult period in the game for United now, and it is, as I say, it's Antiste that's giving them all the problems. He's playing in that withdrawn role, and you know, with Kara being the big striker up top, occupying 3 centre halves, you know, he's making all the runs that are giving them problems, and coming in off that side as well. The other substitute, Radulovic, he's definitely improved the team, in United just need to get through this period like they did in the first half, and the way they do that is by trying to squeeze the game up, take away those lines, because it's now Antiste, as I say, that's been effective in that hole, and try and keep possession when they get it. Some
move and some run by Bola when he blasted it across. The one thing that he does though, Tony, that is differently, there's a chance.
And then Fata took down the ball, and it's come back to him. Here's Fata, edge of the box, he's gone past one. Svetkovic has recovered well and made a challenge, and then he was caught by Fata, but the referee, not sure has given it. He hasn't. It's a throw into Dundee United over on the far side near the edge of the box.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit like the Dundee United penalty. It was cleaned out late, Svetkovic, but going back, Antiste, I know he is playing that withdrawal role, but the one thing he does much better than Sedell is go and hit that box when they get it wide or they get into forward areas. He does play as a second striker.
Very long throw, headed away only as far as Carest is, but then Antiste is back doing defensive duties this time and controls and then clears it out on the far side. But it'll be another Ferry throw to come into this Rapid box as United try and re-establish their 2-goal advantage. 2-1 it is on the night, 4-3 in aggregate, and we have played 21.5 minutes in the second half. Throw-in comes into the near post, and there comes off a few players there, and then eventually cleared by Rapids. Kara can't control, and Chevet sends it back. Fata was offside and leaves it and goes through to the goalkeeper. And well, we always knew there would be a response from Rapid Vienna. They're too good a side not to throw the kitchen sink. The fact they've got the goal just makes it more nervy around Tannadice, which has been electric this evening as darkness falls in Dundee. Back to Hedel, the goalkeeper for Rapids, well outside his box, strokes it to Royao, the French centre-back. Pass for Antiste, really well read by Jovo, and then it's Dolcek with outside of the boot. Royao intercepts, it breaks for Waters into the path of Dolcek, and Fatah's asking for the ball to be played. It was delayed, and then the sliding challenge comes in from Sangare, and the yellow card comes out, and Dundee United have a free kick. And Ivan Dolce scored from not dissimilar position against Hearts at the weekend, albeit Xander Clark probably should have done a bit better with it, but regardless, he's got quality.
And it looks like United are ready in that change. Young Stirton looks like he's going to be ready to come on, and I suspect it might be Waters.
What a shift he's put in, 2 goals to boot. Max Waters, the Barnsley loanee. And there's a bit of protesting going on from the Rapid players about where precisely this free kick should be taken. It's a wee bit further out, granted, than the one Dolcek scored at the weekend. It's bang central the goal, but it's a good 10-12 yards back from the edge of the D. So
you've changed your mind then?
Yes.
He still looks as if he's going to have a pop.
I know. I was judging it more from where the body fell after the sliding challenge rather than where the tackle actually took place. And it looks like he's lining it up, Dolcek. Here he goes with the left foot straight into the wall. Breaks for Fatah, who gives it to Sibbald. Oh, a lovely ball. Well, it looked like it might be, but Antiste was there. And now Rapid look to counter through the French striker, and he's fired a brilliant pass into Wurmbrandt. The substitute is taking it for a run down the left-hand side. He's done well. Cross deflected. Esselink well stationed to nod it outside the area. Sangare combines and gets it back, and again here he is, controls it with the left foot, goes back out to Bendeguz Bola, curls the ball in, glancing header from Esselink. Now it's back to Wurmbrandt, this side of the box. Shot blocked, breaks for Sibbald, who clears down towards halfway. Waters still giving everything to chase, and it bounces here for Dolcek, but good recovery from the defender. And then Sangare, oh wow, brilliant step over, drives towards the edge of the box. Ibrahim Sangare, and then he's felled. Advantage being played, step over from Wurmbrandt, brilliant block by Chevet. It's all happening at Tannadice as Kamara looks to launch a counter for United, but his ball is intercepted. Then he gets in front of his man, Wurmbrandt, and wins a free kick. Superb from Panuch Kamara.
I've got to say, Rapid's real strength as a team is their offensive play. They look, they're free-flowing, particularly that change they've made. But they look, for me, really vulnerable defensively. And I think there's another goal in it for if they get it right, these transitions I'm talking about, if they get it right, they look, every time they lose possession, the 2 centre-halves look really stretched. Full-backs are advanced. Sangare's too involved in the offensive play. And I think if they get this right, United, they can pick them off and get another goal.
2 changes coming for Dundee United. Miller Thompson and Owen Sturton, academy graduates, and Max Waters. What a night, a special night for him. 2 goals in the Conference League, and his goals are the difference at the moment. And Ivan Dolcek is the other player to go off. Another terrific night from him, and the academy players are on to finish the job. We have 19 minutes left of the 90, and it's chipped forward by Jovu towards Sturton, who battles and holds his man, but Rapid have it. Look to come forwards through the left back, Janus Horn. He's over halfway, he gives it into Antiste, turns in the number 10 position and then offloads it to Dahl, and then Sangare, and it's given away, and Sturton moves towards the halfway line, doesn't have much support. He's asking for an option here, the youngster, and he's put it through the legs of one of them, and he goes down looking for a free kick, won't get it. Wurmbrandt has it, passes it to Sangare on halfway. Camera goes after him, nips at his heels, but Sangare stays on his feet, slides it to Janus Horn. Horn towards the left hand side of the box, he's going to cross to the edge. It's Kara with a strike. Oh, what a save! Oh my word, what a world class save from Yevgeny Kucherenko. That was destined for the bottom corner.
I mean, Kara's touch and hit is incredible. It goes past bodies. I'll tell you what, Horn on the left hand side picking out the pass as well. Could have whipped that across the face of defenders, cuts it back. It's a brilliant touch. It sits up perfectly and he bends it towards the far corner with power, and Kucherenko has somehow got a left glove on it and got it round the post. What a save.
Corner for Rapid. In swinger again on top of the goalkeeper, and it's the defender with a header, and then seconds as well, won by United. Headed back into the box, Sibbald takes it down and does brilliantly. He plays it into space in behind, and it's going to be a chase from Will Ferry. He's come from miles away. Goalkeeper comes and gets there. Sibbald tried to find Kamara, but the referee stops play because we have an injury to a Rapid player in the 6-yard box down in front of Kucherenko's goal. But let's just admire that save again.
We were right behind that there, and that's you're right, you said world-class save. That's an outstanding save to keep them in the game. Then you look at the quality of delivery coming in for Rapid Vienna there. It's the best quality you'll see, and it's just begging for somebody to get on the end of that. So United need to be really resolute and make sure that set plays are doing their job man for man and try and get first contact.
I looked at, this is what I was talking to you about, Tony, at the start of the game. I looked where Miller Thompson go. I thought he would come to right wing back, maybe Chevet would get him, but they're now playing the 3 midfielders because they feel as if they're getting a bit of doing in there now, Dundee United, so they'll get the 3 solid and just playing Fata just off Sturton. So they've changed to try and make it more solid in midfield.
Yeah, Miller Thompson was at right wing back on Sunday against Hearts. He put in some shift defensively, I have to say, for someone that's not his natural position. But here come Rapid. It deflects off Kamara, and it's given away, but then given away in turn by Rapid and Will Ferry, who just never stops running, never stops going, and it's played up the line. That's brilliant from Fata. Jinks in field. He's up to the edge of the box. Kamara wants the pass. Fata still going. Gives it to Sturton on this right corner of the box. Sturton, cross, blocked. Kamara controls, spins towards the target, then square with a pass to Ferry. Ferry, flat ball towards the back post. Sturton had peeled off, but it's intercepted. It breaks down, but Esselink finds Chevet. Chevet now flanked by 2 green and white jerseys, and he squeezed the pass down the right hand side of the box. Sturton's going to get there. Sturton's on the byline, pulls it back. Brilliant interception by Setkovic to deny United a tap in potentially. And now there's a trip in the centre circle. It's all kicking off. Referee's happy with it. Ferry going down the left hand side. Ferry floats the ball in. Sturton tries to use his strength to put off the defender, but the goalkeeper comes and claims it.
You're right with Svetkovic. What a touch it is, because Miller Thompson scored. Yeah, he's picked out the perfect cutback.
There's been a goal at Easter Road. Brian.
Unbelievable goal, you'd have to say. It's come from, you can hear from the crowd, it's come from Hibernian. Kieran Bowie on the volley from 30 yards out. Unbelievable strike into the top corner. Hits it back in front of the tie. They're trailing 2-1, but on aggregate it's now Hibernian 3, Partizan Belgrade 2.
Oh, what a night this could be for Scottish football. What a season already Kieran Bowie is having for Hibernian. United 2-1 up here, live on Sports Sound, BBC Radio Scotland, European Sports Sounds. And there has been an energy all night. Rapid Vienna trying to get back into it. Cross, Carestes meets it. Drops for Sibbald. Brilliant composure from the midfielder. Unflappable. Knocks it back to Ferry, who clears. Claimed at the back by Rapid. Out to Bendi Guzbola, the Hungary international. Played against Scotland at the Euros in 2024. A game we'd rather forget, as it's switched to Janus Horn, the left back for Rapid. Wanders inside with the ball, looking for an option, goes across to Svetkovic. Svetkovic short, and United just keeping them at arm's length for now. 14 minutes left in this game plus stoppage time. Here's Bola, decides to float one in, but it's straight to Jovu, who heads it away. So many tired bodies, tired minds out there now. United have put everything into this. Can they hold out? Here comes Wurmbrandt, crosses it with the right foot, near post header. Oh, brilliant goal. Rapid Vienna equalise, and it's the big man Kara plants the header into the far corner, and United's resistance is broken. Vienna's comeback is complete. It is Dundee United 2, Rapid Vienna 2. It's all square again.
I mean, I'm not going to say nowhere, you could see it building, couldn't you? United are trying to just stem the flow, put the extra midfielder on, try to stop those passes through to 2 strikers now at times, Tony, that you were talking about. trying to stop supply, and I'm thinking it's working, because any time it goes wide, they've dealt with the crosses because they've got the three big guys, and this time they don't. It's come in, he's run across a central to front and just flicked it, and it's flown in the far corner, and you can see it coming. It's a body blow, but you've got to keep going. They're still in the tie, United.
It's the impact of the two subs. You know, they've made such a big impact in the game, and it's given United a real problem. You see Cara, he makes his run from deep there, gets across, and it's a brilliant header. But you've got Antiste getting into these areas as well. As you said earlier on, Dozzy, he's not just somebody that plays as a withdrawn striker. Once it goes wide or goes into the areas, he becomes a real threat as a centre forward. So, you know, good players, you know, and United are just going to need to dig in. And as I say, I can still see them, if they get it right, because their real strength, this Rapid Vienna team, is their offensive play, but there are weaknesses defensively, and I still think there will be an opportunity for United to score.
Jim Goodwin really just geeing up his players, as is the Tannadice crowd, because they're a depleted squad, they're a tired squad, they've given everything tonight, and they're on the attack again. Camera crowded out, cleared by Rapid. Karestes controls in the centre circle, Sybil shows for it, gets it, immediately hounded by Antiste, but he gets it away. United coming down the left through Ferry, he's looking for an option, but there's just some heavy legs as Ferry looks to attack for United. There's more news at Easter Road, we'll get to that in a moment, as United's attack through Chevet on this right hand side. He's looking for an option in the box, comes in field, brilliant ball into Fata, brilliant touch, shot blocked, oh, it's into the side netting. Let's hear that news at Easter Road quickly before this corner.
And Partizan are down to 10 men here, Thomas. A second yellow card in the evening for Nikola Simic. The tie is certainly all going Hibernian's way now. The Partizan Serbian players are just losing their ag a little bit. They were in command, but not any longer. It's Hibs who are in front in the tie by 3-2, and Partizan down to 10.
Thank you, Brian. So better news for Hibs, not so good news for United in terms of being pegged back from 2 up, but they have a corner here. Will Ferry raises his right arm, he's ready with the in-swinger onto the near post. It's won by Cara, the goal scorer, and it's flicked up and forward by Camera, still going relentless from him. Up to Dahl, won by Jovu in the centre circle. Esselink looking to fire it into the feet of Sturton, and now Radulovic will chase, but Miller-Thompson gets there first and goes back to Kucharenko. Well, I'm not sure Jim Goodwin would welcome extra time, but if it's what it takes to go through in this tie, that's what it might take.
Again, you see the play that leads to the corner there. I do think they're vulnerable, Rapid, defensively, and if they pick the right pass, choose the right option, these centre-halves can get down the sides of them.
Thompson to Sybil, faces Esselink and gives the centre-half the ball, rolls it with the studs, the Dutchman, fires a pass, brilliant pass up to Fatah. He didn't need to do that, he tried to touch it first time around the defender, he could have controlled it and held it there, but United have it back luckily. Sibbald drives forwards, rolls it inside to Fata. United finding space in midfield. Chevet here at right wing back, looks up, comes inside, and then goes for the strike or the cross, whatever it was. It's gone way off target and into the stands.
He's better than that, Chevet. I thought he was just going to come inside his unfavoured foot and just make a nice pass. But the one thing I'm noticing, Doc, is they're getting a bit of the ball in midfield now. We're having that extra man again, where they're controlling it and making an odd pass. Miller-Thompson playing in there on the 3. It's just, it leaves them vulnerable on the sides at times.
Rapid Vienna battled back from 2-0 down. Can Dundee United respond again? A depleted Dundee United, a tired Dundee United. Here's Antiste dropping really deep. He's dropped one in behind for Radulovic to chase. And can the Montenegrin keep it in? He can. Bounces for Wurmbrand. Good header from Esselink over the top of him though. And there is Sangari to nod it to Horn. Horn up the left for Dahl. Nosa Dahl running at Chevet. He's beyond the edge of the box. Low cross, and it's punched almost straight to Wurmbrand by Kucharenko, but he's got away with one there. Horn back to Dahl. Left hand side of the box. Dummies. And then holds, and then drops his shoulder, goes to the byline. Brilliant play and a brilliant block sliding in from Jovu.
United just can't get out at this stage of the game.
He's a player, Dahl. His first initial burst 5-6 yards and he's gone.
I think
Chevet can shift.
The front four, Dodgy, are so
scary.
good, so technical ability, you know. choice of pass, weight of pass, really impressive. And
it's weird, they can play narrow. They can play narrow, but they can also go wide, as you see, because now what they've done is they've shown they can play through you in the pockets, and then suddenly United have narrowed off, put an extra man in midfield, and they start going wide and get at you.
Corner to Rapid Vienna. We're into the 83rd minute here at Tannadice. 2-2. United 2 off at the break, being pegged back in this second half. And we're waiting a while for this corner. The referee has given some instructions to those in the middle. Esselink's involved. The whistle goes. Corner. Again, it's an in-swinger. Kucherenko's come a long way, but United get it away.
It's a good job he did, Thomas. You know why? Because I'm watching the mismatch with Sybil and Royal.
They're struggling with height now.
And it's back with Hedel, the goalkeeper, way outside his box. Knocks it 6 yards to Royal, who's not happy with the movement in front of him as he goes back to his goalkeeper.
I think you're right, though, as it was Sybil was picking up Royal there, wasn't it? That looks a proper mismatch, that.
Chevet sends it forwards, Horn sends it back, lovely touch to Vermbrandt, left side of the area, and then he goes beyond. What a challenge that is from Jobu. Had to make it, or he was going to the byline with a free chance to cross.
Had to make it, but had to get it right, because if he gets past him and he misses the ball, he's cleaning out the substitute, and it's a penalty.
Well, the keeper's taking a chance here, and Fata's closed him down and got a challenge in, and he's been penalised for a free kick. I'm not sure that was
and you see that there, you know, the back, the two central defenders are 2 for 2 there, you know, and United, as I keep saying it, I think they're vulnerable. So if United can get that supply up to the front two with a midfield runner, particularly the legs of Miller-Thompson, I think they can get in.
I mean, look, this tie's still in the balance. United still have a good chance, but if Jim Goodwin had all his squad available, he'd have far more options, experienced options on the bench. He's calling on teenagers at the moment who don't have any first team experience. Here's Antiste across to Sangare, middle of the pitch, and it's slid down to Radulovic right inside the area. Low cross blocked by Ferry, breaks for Camara. Sangare edge of the box, shifts it onto the left. Space closed down, goes across the Horn on the left corner of the box, chips it towards the back post. Kucherenko gives the shout. Kucherenko collects, and then he's looking to throw it out, and he's banged into by Cara, and then he sprinted after him, and Cara's had a go back, and I think they've both been booked, and it's all boiling over here at Tannadice. We love it.
And that's just a wee bit of Fata getting involved in the game there, you know, it breaks, and that's the opportunity that you just get control of the ball and, you know, slow things down a wee bit. He just lashes one out and it goes straight to Sangare, and they'll mount another attack. And they're important moments in the game. You've got to make sure you take care of the football.
Well, it's been breathless all night. It's been a special European night at Tannadice. It still could be for Dundee United. 5 minutes left before we get the stoppage time, and then as it stands, extra time. 4-4 on aggregate, 2-2 on the night. And change being made as well here by Rapid, but Dundee United coming forward. Miller-Thompson with a bit of space here as he moves up towards the edge of the box, lays it out to the left hand side. They've got numbers in the area. United, it's Sybil now in the middle of the pitch, finds Fata, not the best touch, and it might break for Sturton. Now the goalkeeper will win the race to that one, and it is 2-2 here on Tannadice Street.
It's been some game. It's enthralling and it grips you, and you're thinking, right, they're cruising, Dundee United, and you know, Tony and I both said at half time to Kerry that you feel as if it's so important the next goal, because this team are coming at you. They're a good team. They've kind of changed tactics and shown how good a team they are, because they play central and then suddenly they're now playing wide and they're getting a United all the time. But you feel as if, as Tony's been pointing out, United could get them in the counter attack. So it's been brilliant. It's a brilliant watch so far.
It has been, and that's good from Careste. He's taken it out of defence, and he's found Will Ferry halfway up Rapid's half. Brilliant ball infield to Thompson, takes it with the studs, outside the edge of the box for Camara, and his touch just lets him down, and it's given away by Dallo. Now Chevet out towards the right touchline. Good challenge from Demir, the substitute, and it's out for a United throw in line with the edge of the box on this near side.
You're right, Dodge, it's a brilliant game. You know, it's really in a balance and both teams going for it, and you know, I do still think there's that opportunity that United will get, but equally, you know, you see the offensive threat. This is something, you know, I think United throwing the ball into the box, this is important with the centre halves going up. as long as they keep the ball alive in the box, they've got an opportunity to score here.
Listen to the noise as Will Ferry backpedals to line up a long throw. Here he comes, launches it to the near post, won by Royale. Camara knocks it to Ferry, and then it hits off Camara's arm there, but the referee has given it. Free kick to Rapid Vienna. There was nothing he could do about that, Camara, but it did strike his arm, which was above his shoulder. And it is 2-2 in this absorbing, enthralling, gripping European tie. It's been just brilliant to watch and witness, and just to be here. Electric atmosphere at Tannadice all evening, and there's still more drama to come. 2 minutes left before we find out the stoppage time, and as it stands, heading for extra time. Rapid go back to the goalkeeper. Hedel skies it high into the Dundee sky, and it drops, and touch breaks back for Demir, and then Cara chips it in behind for Wurmbrandt to chase. Chevet still battling away, running away. Sensational from Bichko Chevet. Wins that race, out muscles, and has to concede the throw in, but some shift from the Croatian. Throw into Rapid, line with the edge of the Dundee United box. Swung in, met by Jovu, and Fata tried to take that over his head, miscontrolled. It's back with Hedel, the goalkeeper for Rapid. Plays it long, and Radulovic claims he was being grappled with there. United have it. Ferry, can he keep it on the far side? He can, just has to fire it down the line though. Didn't really have any other option as the space rapidly ran out.
Just another wee instance here, just Miller Thompson, take care of the ball, you know, feed Will Ferry there, and you keep possession, keep control of the game for a wee bit. Now again, Rapid are coming at them.
90th minute at Tannadice, 2-2. Here's Demir to Wurmbrandt on the left touchline. Infield pass to Sangari. Now it's Radulovic. Thinks about coming in on the left foot, finds Ontis. Oh, lovely touch through the legs, and then a brilliant recovery from Korestes to win the duel. But now it's given away again by Miller Thompson. Up to the edge of the box, and Gary dancing his way through, but he's failed with a good challenge. 3 added minutes signalled by the fourth official here at Tannadice. 3 minutes for either side to find a winner, or we're getting 30 minutes more of this. Long from the goalkeeper, won by Esselink, who was shoved, and it will be a United free kick about 3 yards outside their own penalty area. Oh, the drama has been brilliant tonight. I would have loved if it was a more quiet second half, in fairness, and United had been able to see it through after going 2 goals up in the first half, thanks to Max Waters' brilliant header, excellently executed penalty as well. But they've battled back well in the second half. Ontist and Cara with near post glancing headers to draw Rapid level. Long to Fata, hits off him, breaks for Sibbolds, and it's with Ferry, but good sliding challenge from Bola on the far side. Oh, it's crucial there, because Ferry would have had space to cross if he'd won that race.
Another opportunity to get the thing in the box. A long throw from Ferry, centre half go up.
And Yuri Jovu is coming off, one of the centre backs. He's been replaced by Kai Fotheringham, so this is interesting. From Jim Goodwin, centre back for a attacker.
Chevet might go back there, playing the free.
Yeah.
And let him just bomb forward.
Well, he's got legs, that's for sure, Kai Fotheringham. Ferry flings in the long throw, won initially by Royale, and then lashed further down the pitch by Bola. Sent back by Korestes, headed up and into there by Svetkovic, bounces, Camara challenging on Tist, flicks it forward. Chevet has to go after this as it goes over the halfway line into United's half, and he calmly strokes it back to Kucherenko, who's pulled off a couple of brilliant saves, none more so than the one to deny Cara before the equaliser. Played long.
I think United have went to back 4. Looks like they went to back 4 now. Trying to force the issue.
Yeah, it's brave from Jim Goodwin, as he signals to his players. They've played 2 of the 3 added minutes, 1 left. United with a throw in halfway up Rapid's half. Can they find a winner? It would surely be a winner if they could score here. Chevet and he's told to retreat a few yards, which in fairness he had stolen. Thrown back to Kamara, controls and goes back to the goalkeeper. Kucherenko controls with the left foot, sends it long on top of the right back Bola, who misses the header, but it goes through for Cvetkovic, who plays it long with the right boot towards halfway. Still in play, and then Ontist heads it, and it's still in, and it's taken by Miller-Thompson, and he goes out one way and the other, and he's tripped, and he's won a free kick.
I think the ref got that wrong. There's an advantage here. Young Sturton was on the ball and he could have opened up and given it out this side to Fotheringham, but a really brave change here. Jim, they went to 4-3-3, Fotheringham one side, Plata to the other side, and Sturton through the middle with that three in midfield still. So I do still think there's a goal here.
Here's Ferry, swings it in, Sturton up and over the bar. Oh, and he puts his hands on his head. It's Fotheringham, I beg your pardon, who was in there, and he got the head on it, couldn't control it. And the chance goes for Dundee United. We've played the 93 allocated, and there is the referee's full-time whistle. Applause from Jim Goodwin for his players. They put in some shift. It was a barnstorming first half. 2 goals from Max Waters, 1 a header across the goalkeeper after a brilliant cross from Will Ferry. The second, a penalty won by Zach Sapsford, which Waters buried low into the corner. Sapsford was forced off at half-time due to an injury, and in the second half the changes really changed things up for Rapid Vienna. They made a difference and they got the 2 goals. Ontist with a glancing header from a corner. Another similar header from Cara into the same far corner means it has finished after the 90 minutes here at Tannadice. Dundee United 2, Rapid Vienna 2, 4 all in aggregate. Extra time to come.
Dundee United in the UEFA Conference League qualifiers.
Live on Sports Sound
From BBC Radio Scotland.
Join Len Penny and Michelle McManus at the Edinburgh Festivals.
How does it feel to be back? What's the energy like this year?
Well, it's better than a real job.
You really know you're here. I've been up Arthur's Seat twice already.
Don, you have been part of some of the best TV shows.
I know, I've been very lucky. 25 years since Monica of the Glen.
There's comedy, theatre, music and more.
Give a huge warm welcome to Chief Cameron Mickelson.
I feel I should come out of character.
Are you not a real poet?
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I can relax.
Because I'm so convincing.
Afternoons and the Arts Mix.
You're right at the heart of the Edinburgh Festival.
Listen now on BBC Sounds.
It's going to extra time here at Tannadice. It finished 2 apiece, 4-4 on aggregates. The commentary to come from here in Dundee. It's a terrific night, but let's get to the capital. Hibs right back in it. Brian McLaughlin against Partizan Belgrade.
They certainly are, Kenny. Just over 10 minutes left, and it's Hibernian 1, Partizan Belgrade 2 on the night, but Hibernian leading by 3 goals to 2 on aggregate. The Belgrade side, well, there were 2 up at half-time, Vukotic and Milosevic with the goals, but you'd have to say dreadful errors by Jordan Smith in the Hibernian goal. But then on the hour mark, well, Kenny, I'm going to tell you, I thought I witnessed the goal of the season here on Sunday by the Kilmarnock youngster Ben Brannan. This was better tonight from Kieran Bowie. He out-muscled the midfielder about 35 yards from goal. The ball was bouncing. He then volleyed the ball high into the Leith sky, over the heads of the Belgrade defenders and the goalkeeper into the top corner of the night. It lit up this stadium and it badly needed it. Just shortly after that, Belgrade reduced to 10. Simic for his second yellow on the night. Nicky Cadden's also had the ball in the net after coming off the bench this evening, but the flag was up as Martin Boyle, who played the ball through, had just drifted offside. Serbia, the Partizan Belgrade, though, they're not out of this yet. They are down to 10. We'd have to think now it's the Easter Road side who have the upper hand and should surely make it through to the next stage now. It's Hibernian 1, Partizan Belgrade 2, 3-2 on aggregate, with 9 minutes left to play.
Good stuff, thanks to Brian. I can tell you he's not exaggerating up here in the gantry. We've just watched a replay of that on the BBC Sports Scott social sites. Tony Dockery, it's a bit special, wasn't it?
That is unbelievable. I've seen young Ben Brannan's goal at the weekend there, but that, my God, what a finish. What a finish, Kieran Bowie.
Yeah, he's some player, isn't he?
He was me thinking this game's had everything.
What a night. What a night for Scottish football. It looks like Hibs. It looks like Hibs are going to do it. Let's hope United can make it a clean sweep on the evening for Scottish sides. Let's get back to our commentary team of Tony Dockery, Billy Dodds and Thomas Duncan.
Thanks, Kenny. Even Jim Goodwin's doing his stretches there down on the near touchline, stretching the back out, a lot of pacing up and down, and there must be some tired legs in that United team. They've given everything and they are depleted. You look at their bench now. Calvin Beattie, 17 years old, would be his debut. Lewis O'Donnell, not played many first team minutes. Sam Coole-Harding came on last season, scored at Ibrox, but not many first team minutes. And Harry Welsh would be his debut as well. So pretty much all the senior players, bar Dave Richards, the backup goalkeeper, are now on or have been on for Jim Goodwin, as Rapids kick us off in the first half of extra time, shooting down the slope at Tannadice, which has been loud all night as they back their team. Can they finish the job? And that's a poor ball floated towards Dahl, out for a United throw-in. It's going to be a heroic effort for Dundee United. Can they get the job done?
Really brave of Jim. He's obviously sniffed that as well, the vulnerability of the back line at Rapid, and he's went with that change of formation in a 4-3-3, and hopefully that pays dividends.
Absolutely. Headed by Chevet. Sturton goes up, good leap, and he's managed to break the ball for Fotheringham, who was blatantly pulled back there. And the free kick is given to Dundee United, 7 or 8 yards in from the right hand touchline, about halfway up.
Yeah, Demir just pulled him back. No doubt it's a foul, no doubt it's a yellow card, and United, as Tony was saying, for the throw-ins now get a chance to get the big boys up for the free kick, maybe 40 yards from goal.
Yeah, opportunity knocked for Dundee United, placing the playoff round of the Conference League at stake against Giori Eto of Hungary, who overcame the IK Stockholm earlier this evening. Chevet's going to deliver with the right boot. It's high, it's to the back end of the box. Sturton heads it down, and it's flicked by Fata up and picked out the sky by the goalkeeper Heddle.
Good delivery in first contact with Sturton there. That gives him a wee chance. That'll let him see that there's opportunities there if they keep getting the ball in the box.
You think he's gone in the back four, Tony, because he thinks, look, we've got to show some sort of attacking intent in extra time. I don't think we could possibly ride out the 30 minutes just sitting there as a 5.
I think so.
Time.
I think some of their defending has to be attacking, if you know what I mean. I think you need to force the issue and get further up the pitch a wee bit. They were sitting in and listen to 2 goals that they lose are from I know one's a corner, in-swinging corners and against the back 3, and you've now got 2 defenders in there, and you can maybe with your full-backs get pushed on a little bit and ask more questions of the opposition.
Brilliant for Amar Fata. This is the most we've seen of him in a Dundee United jersey. Debut at the weekend against Hearts, didn't get too long on the pitch. He's been good since he's come on, putting a challenge there. It's 1 United a throw in, 2.5 minutes into extra time, still 2 all on the night, 4 all on aggregate. And Sibbald plays that off the head of Rapid player. It's a throw in which Ferry launches across to Esselink to Chevet waits for the run from Fotheringham, but it curls away from the winger. And now it's Sangari for Rapid Vienna. You're listening to Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. Dundee United into extra time. Hibs hopefully heading through to the playoff rounds in the Conference League. And here comes Rapid down the right hand side. Bola, it's going to cross from deep, goes to the edge of the box. It's not a great one. Esselink with the side foot up and away, and it's Demir, Royal, Zetkovic, who likes to venture forward, and here he goes. Good pace, good strength away from Sturton, looks towards the byline. Good recovery from Sturton and Ferry, and they've won the goal kick off the big defender.
Yeah, but you said he was pacey earlier on, and that's it. I had already said to Doc that big boy Zetkovic can shift as well, and he just over that bust there in 10 yards he was past Sturton, but Sturton did well to stick to him, and the cross comes in, it ricochets off the big centre half and goes for a by kick. Well played.
Yeah, good work right there from young Sturton, doing a good bit of teamwork, making sure that they nullify that cross into the box. So now it's United in possession, and this is what they've got to do. They've got to capitalise on these moments of possession and try and get up the pitch.
Sturton into traffic, he's putting a good challenge though. Zangari stayed down. Sibbald going forward, threads the pass in to Thompson. It's come back off him, and it breaks for Bola, who clears only as far as Chevet, who sends it deep to the back post where Fata's waiting, heads it across goal. and Royal has to deal with it. Flicked up by Radulovic, edge of the box, and it's bouncing horribly for Vienna in there. Back to the goalkeeper, who shanks one off his right foot. Throw-in.
There's another example. You apply that pressure. I just don't think they look the most secure at the back. They look vulnerable. You know, the goals that they scored, United, if you start running the defenders, asking questions of them, I think there's a goal there.
They try to play as if they're calm, but they're not.
They're not. You see with their slash clearances here, and this is just another opportunity with Will Ferry's long throw.
Here he goes, the United captain, flings it to the near post. Won by Radulovic, but it's only gone across goal, and Antiste has to bail them out. Lashes it clear, Karestej to Chevet. Switch to Ferry, left hand side of the box. Plays it first time across, just a bit too high, but following him on the chest. Edge of the area. Plays it square, but Antiste reads it. Intercepts. And now it's with Dahl, the Norwegian under-21 international. Switch of play, it's short though, and Miller-Thompson clears first time.
Thompson's done great there, getting back in, really well.
And Fata's chased it, and Fata's battling, he's won it in the area, tries to go through the legs of one, still got it, Amar Fata. Then it's to Camara, edge of the box, no space for a shot, works it back to Amar Fata. Amar Fata jinking, bobbing and weaving in the box, and it's just taken off his toe at the crucial moment. Back with Ferry. Ferry, low cross. Sturton gets a cross and it just bounces away and goes out for a goal kick on the far side. But Dundee United asking some questions. 2-2 still.
Yeah, and it's balanced up in sides now. We see another, I can't say for sure, but the other way of thinking that Jim's thinking is just make sure the wide areas where they were getting a hard time just before the final whistle, maybe just balance that up and go 2v2 there, and I think that's worked for in United's favour as well. Now they are getting a bit of possession. They've got 3 in midfield, they've covered the wide areas, and they're getting a fair share of possession and balance of play.
2-2, 4-4 on aggregate as Niklas Hedel takes a goal kick. Miller-Thompson wins the header up towards Sturton. Sent back by Setkovic. Asa links header into the turf. Antiste looks for Vermbrand, who runs into Kai Fotheringham and is penalised for it. Free kick United in their own half. And anything at this stage like that to relieve a bit of pressure is priceless. And Dundee United with a brilliant performance here tonight. Yes, they've been pegged back in the second half, but this is a good side they're playing. As Sibbald slides it to Ferry just over halfway on the left hand side. Ferry comes back in the field and backwards to Karestej. Karestej to Camara, spreads the play out to Chevet on the right, back to Esselink. United with 4 at the back now, as the guys have said, as Camara drops in, gives it to Karestej, comes back inside and goes back to Kucherenko. It's been another standout tonight at times, pulled off a couple of brilliant saves. Switch of play for Ferry, first time header. It's going to go straight to Bola, who skies it, and it bounces in the United half rather horribly. Karestej is there and just lumps it out.
Yeah, I think you're right with that, Dodge. It's kind of nullified the threat in wide areas from Rapid, but it's also allowed United to get, particularly Will Ferry, who's probably the most influential player, getting into good positions to go and put deliveries into the box, where again I think they can be quite shaky at the back.
I think it was more to stop the fullbacks getting forward as well, especially Bowler, because he whipped in a couple of good ones, and they're just sitting in back there waiting, inviting pressure, and I think it's just switched it really. It's been a good sub, a good change of shape from Jim.
Rapid Vienna never won on Scottish soil. Can United continue that this evening? As Setkovic slides it down the right hand side for Bola, cross in, it's too high. Fotheringham flicks it away, well controlled by Kamara, and Sturton will chase, but Royal is there and goes back to his goalkeeper. It was a horrible pass, a bouncing one. The goalkeeper calmly knocks it back to centre back. I'm not sure he'll thank him for that ball though, as Sangare touches it out of his feet away from Sibbald. Good play around the midfielder, and he slides the pass down the left hand side for Radulovic to chase, but Chevet wins that particular race and clears it up the line. Camara, and the tackle is good.
Done well.
Yeah, he's a good player, Sangare. He reminds me a wee bit of Mo Diamondi, just the way he gets about the pitch, breaks things up, but can play as well when it's their turn to get forward. Really impressed by him.
Yeah, Amani departed some time ago, but he's still going. Mamadou Sangare, the Malian. Dundee United with the ball at the back. We've played 9 minutes of extra time. Carestes, and I'm not sure what that was about, just shelled it straight behind for a goal kick from about 50 yards. That's the second one of those tonight, but almost as if he'd run out of ideas or a bit tired, just thought, nah.
I'm not giving him the excuse that the goalie was off his line there.
No. Played forwards by Setkovic, and good challenge from Carestes, and Will Ferry mops up forwards. Patson header, Sturton's in, he's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, it's on Sturton! Oh, brilliant save! The goalkeeper's denied him. What a chance for the youngster. Horrible mistake from Setkovic at the back, but the goalkeeper bails them out. It's still 2-2.
Again, you see that vulnerability I'm talking about. It's such a poor mistake. I'm not sure. I think he can go under the goal here. I think he tries to dink him.
Yeah, I can understand why being a striker, Tony.
Yeah.
It's a wrong one because he saved it, but he could have gone through the legs. But if he hits it and he saves it with his leg, I think, just dink him. In a no-win situation, he was going to hit target, try to dink the goalkeeper. But you're right. I mean, they are so poor at the back at times. You try to play calm, but they are all over the place.
Corner to United though. Attacking the shed. On this near side, here it comes. It's going to be an in-swinger, right boot, and it's hoisted over everyone and out to the far side. And I guess, guys, as coaches, managers, those are the ones that do your nothing at this stage of the game. Promising position, and you just shelled it out the pitch.
Yeah, a chance to put it on top of them. You know, their zonal set up there, get runners across them, and it just bypasses everybody and gets out. But they'll be hugely encouraged by that opportunity there for young Sturton, and I think they've got more opportunities like that to keep applying that pressure.
Now we've got just under 4 minutes of the first period of extra time to play. We'll get update from Brian at Easter Roads hopefully shortly once this period of extra time is done, the first period anyway. And a free kick to Dundee United, foul on Esselink at the back, and it just feels like there's just a slight lull in the game, a brief lull.
I think that was good for Dundee United. I agree with you, Thomas, where the game's levelled up now, and it wasn't the case in that second half. It was like, I know United looked dangerous on the break, but it was time and time again that Rapid were asking the question. They got the first goal of the second half, and then it was time and time again they get equalised, and you think, oh no, they're going to go and win it. But the substitution that Jim has made has calmed it a little bit and levelled the game up.
That's a yellow card issued for Jim Goodwin.
I think it's a good friend David Bowman. Billy, just get yourself.
I never saw it, but I would have every guess that it is, yes.
He signalled to his bench, Jim Goodwin, to calm down. Of course, it's the manager these days that always gets the booking for any misdemeanours on the touchline. As Carestes fires it long, header flicked on, and Sturton tries to return it to Fata. The referee is on the flags up, I think, for offside. So still 2-2. Owen Sturton with the best chance, the only real clear-cut chance of extra time so far, almost capitalising on the poor back header from Svetkovic. So Brian is busy with television duties, but I can tell you Partizan Belgrade have unfortunately scored in the 95th minute, which means that Hibs are heading through, and I think they're heading for extra time there now as well. Long night all round, but we love it. Both sides still in contention. United conceded a corner here though. Minute and a half left of the first period of extra time. 2-2. Finely balanced, as this tie has been right throughout. Even when United were 2 up at half time, we knew there would be some sort of response from Rapid. They provided it, and then they were on top. But Dundee United, that change of shape from Jim Goodwin, have kind of brought back some control to the game as well, and it's very even. Corner here for the visitors. The referee just making sure Chevet and Cara are being nice to each other in the 6-yard box. And here comes the delivery, in-swinger on top of the goalkeeper, who claims it, and Ferry has made a run left. If he can find him, he can with it. Throw out Ferry, and there's an injury for Rapid. Ferry's going to curl it into the path of Sturton, can't gather it, but there's Fotheringham. Oh, brilliant sliding challenge, superb challenge. Oh, it's Radulovic as well, the winger, back making that tackle, because Fotheringham was stepping onto that.
Yeah, you have to praise him, because the 2v1 in that situation, he did both jobs. Radulovic, for being a forward-thinking player, and he stayed with his man, come off his man, and then made the vital tackle, and United were through.
So we're going to extra time at Easter Road as well. That game kicked off 15 minutes after this one. Remember, we've almost played the 15 minutes of extra time, first period of extra time here at Tannadice, where it remains 2-2. No goals in extra time. 2 in the first half of the 90 for United, 2 in the second half for Rapid Vienna, and that is how it remains as Rapid's prepared to take this free kick from deep. United holding a high line on the edge of the D. Here it comes deep to the near post, and it bounces in from our angle. I don't know if Cara could have got something on that at the near post. And there is half time and extra time, so no further goals. It remains 2-2 at Tannadice. Owen Sturton with a best chance, a gilt-edged chance in that first period of extra time, played through by Setkovic, a poor header back to the goalkeeper. The teenager went through one-on-one, tried to dink the keeper, who stood tall and made a save with a big left arm. So it's as you were. Second half of extra time coming up. It's Dundee United 2. It is Rapid Vienna 2.
Dundee United in the UEFA Conference League qualifiers.
Live on Sports Sound
from BBC Radio Scotland.
The United fans doing their best to get their side over the line here in extra time at Tannadice. What a chance Sturton had there. He burst through the middle. He looked to dink over the keeper. I think if he got under him, the ball would have ended in the back of the net, but it wasn't to be, and it's still very much game on here. We heard the dramatic news from Easter Road, a 96th minute goal for Partizan Belgrade, and our reporter Brian McLaughlin is there. Brian, just like us here tonight, you are watching an absolute belter.
Incredible, Kenny, absolutely incredible. There was less than 10 seconds left of the 5 minutes of additional time added on, and it was Partizan Belgrade who were pushing to try and take this tie to extra time, and they did so with Jovan Milosevic, a right foot shot buried high into the roof of the net, giving Jordan Smith on this occasion no chance. Smith had actually pulled off a couple of really good saves. Remember, Partizan are down to 10 men after a red card on the hour, but they're here to try and win this tie and get through to the next stage. It's 3-1 on the night to Partizan Belgrade. It's 3-3 on aggregate. Like at Tannadice, it's another 30 minutes of what is sure to be dramatic football here on BBC Radio Scotland.
Absolutely fantastic from Brian McLaughlin through there at Easter Road. Jim Goodwin is really getting his troops. He's got them in a huddle down there. Some final words, a clap of the hands, and the players are now taking upon themselves. They are in there. The goalkeeper, he is speaking to his teammates there. He is pointing the finger. Jim Goodwin stepped out of that huddle. It's down to the players now in the breakaway, and we are going to have 15 minutes more of extra time here at Tannadice, and who knows, we could be in for a penalty shootout. Don't we just love Scottish teams? Let's say Scottish football, but Scottish teams in Europe. It has been absolutely sensational over the past couple of weeks, and there is more to come right here on BBC Radio Scotland. It looks like some changes are potentially going to get made down there. So back to Thomas Duncan.
Thanks, Kenny. Yeah, change for Rapid. It is Mbuyi, the striker, replacing Petar Nosadal. So a change made. Claudie Mbuyi, the Frenchman, 26 years old. He scored a couple this season. He scored the winner against Sturm Graz at the weekend in the Austrian Bundesliga. So he's capable, and he'll play up top. It's all to play for at an electric Tannadice Park. Second half of extra time is underway. Kai Fotheringham strokes it back to Esselink, who goes long. Fata challenges, goes out to the far side. Ferry, first time into the air towards the edge of the box, headed by Setkovic, and it comes off Thompson, and Fata's got his body in there and won the ball. Sturton looks for the low cross. It was a good cross, but no one there on the end of it but the defender to clear. Chevet nods it to Camara to Thompson. Oh, and there was a pass there on there, Miller Thompson, and he's still going though. He's done brilliantly to keep hold of the ball. He's got Chevy outside him, tries to cross, comes off. Demir goes behind for a corner.
Good start. 15 minutes of the game left, shooting down the hill. Opportunity to get it in the box, and again a defence that I think put them under pressure. They'll be vulnerable.
Will Ferry, who's been heroic this evening, the United captain, plants the ball just outside the quadrant. Right arm raised, left footed, in swinger, header, oh, it's wide. It was well wide in the end from Esselink. He was kind of facing away from goal. It would have been an awkward one to flick backwards, and it is a harmless one in the end, 2-2.
Again, just looking at the defensive set-up at the set play there, where they've been zonal, they're really deep zonally, dodgy, and I think that ball going across just in between penalty spot and 6-yard box where runners get onto it is a real opportunity to get some.
Mbouye forces Esselink to slide in, concede the throw in. Vermbrandt leaves this for Furkan Demir, the Turkish 20-year-old left back, ready to take the throw. Here he goes, still waiting for an option, goes over the top to Ontist, and he's not controlled that, and then he's taken a sore one. It's another rapid throw, but Ontist is down, and I think I'm not sure he's going to be able to continue here. He looks in quite a bit of pain. He's writhing around on the ground. The physios are coming on, so we'll get a break in play, but well, what drama tonight. But United, they've done brilliantly to reassert themselves in this game after conceding the second goal.
I think the change that Jim made definitely helped, really helped the structure of the team, and allowed them, as Dodgy said, not just in an offensive manner but defensively as well. He's kind of thwarted where the main strength of the Rapid team was, and it's allowed them to get a wee bit more control of the game, and more importantly get into areas of the pitch, that defensive third of Rapid, where they can hopefully exploit what their weaknesses are.
Ontist is being helped to his feet by the Rapid physios, and he's moving pretty gingerly as he limps towards the touchline. We'll see if he can continue. The Rapid have made 5 subs, but you get the extra one in extra time, I think. So I think they'll be all right if they have to replace him. So here comes a throw-in though from Demir. Flings it to the near post, but it's only Chevet that's there. Heads it up, Sturton backs in. He's done well to spin and battle with Royal. And it's back down to Chevet to head, and then Sibbald watches it on the edge of the box and cleared it well. And now Ferry, who's still a bundle of energy, finds the inside ball to Miller Thompson. Thompson's got options to his right, and he's found Fotheringham in the area. First time cross, Sturton just sliding in, just too far ahead of him. Brilliant play by United.
Really good counter-attack threat. Great wee pick out there. Sibbald setting Ferry on his way, and I think Kai Fotheringham does the right thing there. Just unfortunately a wee bit, Peter could maybe bend it a wee bit coming back towards the striker, and they can get a finish on it, but really encouraging sign, that counter-attack.
I mean, it's glaring and for an attacker just to try and bust it up, but it was just the pace going at Tony's right where Seavey just tries to wrap the boot round it and shape it there. It gives the striker a better chance, but because it was a straight delivery, goalkeeper was always in control to let it go for a by kick.
So we are going to have to remove Ontist here because he's struggling badly, and the bench down below as Kai Fotheringham takes on some water and gets some instructions from Jim Goodwin. Yannis Ontist, the Frenchman, and it's going to be Lukas Grigic, the central midfielder, the Austrian 29-year-old, who is going to come on to replace him. Experienced player, over 300 club appearances in the Croatian league for Hajduk Split and for Lask in Austria, Lask Linz as well. So, but it is a blow losing Ontist because he's brought a lot to this front line for.
You're not too disappointed seeing him going off. I think he's been a pivotal figure in the match for the Rapid Vienna.
That was the same with Dow when he went off. I was like,
aye, yeah, good player.
So on we go. United throw, 15 yards short of halfway, considerably less now. Chevet's on forward a bit, and he's told by the fourth official to keep it there. He's looking for an option here. Goes back down the line to Esselink, controls with the left foot, and then back to Chevet. Goes back to Esselink, who's backpedaling under pressure from Mbuye, but he's stayed calm, the Dutchman, and strokes it to Kucherenko, the goalkeeper, who carries it just outside his penalty area. Still 2-2. We've played 6 minutes nearly of extra time, of the second period of extra time, I should say. And then penalties away as it stands. And then it's anybody's. Carestes. Infield to Fata. He was closed down quickly by Sangare. It's a rapid throw in on the far side, just at halfway. And you feel, the way this game's gone, you almost feel one goal would be enough to win it. It's been so tight. And it's into Demir in midfield. And he's threaded it through to Kara, edge of the box. Striker lines it up. Brilliant work from Sibbald. Came from behind and prodded it away, but it's still with Radulovic. Then floats it into the box. Kucherenko comes and gets a strong fist on it. And then Demir goes down, but cleared by Dundee United. But it's back with Serge Philippe Royal, but Dundee United player down in their own box. So it's just been a bit stop-start in this second period of extra time. Few injuries.
Yeah, tired. I think it's Chevet's down, is it? Going back in there for an important challenge. The good thing for United, it was flowing one way just before the full-time whistle, and you think they could lose it. You can't understand how much that substitution has just levelled things up. Probably, I mean, you look at this extra time, Tony, they've had, the United have one brilliant chance. Rapid have had no chances in extra time. It's really, like, I'm not saying it's made United dominate the game. What I'm saying is it really levelled up. I think that was so important.
Yeah, I think it's credit they've identified what the issue was and tried to, as I say, exploit the weaknesses that they've got by negating their strengths, and I think they've done that well. And it now, yeah, the best chance, you're right, falls to United, and that, again, I've said it time and time again, I think another chance will come.
Yeah, Vichko Chevet is getting some treatment in his own penalty area, and Jim Goodwin, I mean, you could ill afford to lose more senior first team players, never mind one as pivotal as Vichko Chevet, because whether you play him at right wing back, centre midfield, he never lets you down. He's proved that in his year and a bit here at Tannadice. He's back on his feet, and I think still taking a few seconds. Kucherenko's in there as well, but Chevet is okay. He looks a bit worse for wear, but he's walking okay. And we're almost ready to get back underway. Live here on BBC Radio Scotland, you're listening to Sport Sounds Conference League action. Second half of extra time. 4-4 in aggregate, 2-2 in the night between Dundee United and Rapid Vienna. Hibs into extra time as well with Partizan Belgrade. We'll keep you updated with that as it's given away by United in their own half, and Sangare still has it, and he's tackled. And then it's kept in brilliantly on the far side by Miller Thompson, and he shuffles and then he's tackled out for the throw at halfway. That was invaluable from United Academy player as Camara puts a bit of a hospital pass back to Carestes, but he's done well. The Hungarian just took that towards the touchline. There was enough space for him to clear down up towards Fata, who's done brilliantly. He's been tugged back blatantly by Grigic, who is yellow carded. And it will be a United free kick halfway up Rapid territory, fairly central position. An opportunity, not much angle to work with, but an opportunity nonetheless for Dundee United here.
Yeah, some decisions are easy, and when they break United, they just hold back, and Grigic finds himself just on the pitch, but in the notebook.
He's impressed me, Fata. He's done well.
It's good.
Since he's come on, he's got a wee shift.
Let's go to Brian. There's been a goal at Easter Road.
Hibs are back in front in the tie, and it's Chris Cadden who hammers the ball home from 8 yards. Josh Mulligan with his shot parried out by Milosevic, the Partizan Belgrade goalkeeper, into the path of Cadden, who fired home. Easter Road is on fire once again. It's now Hibernian 4, Partizan Belgrade 3 on aggregate.
Another academy graduate on the pitch for Dundee United. Scott Constable is on for Panuch Camara. Sibbald chips the free kick into the box. Royal heads it away, And now Radulovic launches the counter, and brilliant strength from Will Ferry. It's been a real captain's performance, and he's kept the ball as well and found Fotheringham. And then it's out to Chevet, who looks to have shaken off that knock. Chevet crosses from deep over Sturton. Fata's lurking, Sibbald controls it forward. Sankari picks it off though, and then he slides the ball for Wurmbrandt to chase. Esselink across, the big Dutchman, the flying Dutchman, as he made that sliding challenge, a crucial one. And now he plays the ball up to Sturton, but it was behind him. And now Chevet lets it run all the way through to Yevgeny Kucherenko.
I thought the free kick was on there to change the angle, to get down the side of him and then make the defenders run towards their own goal. I think putting things in on top of the big centre half there maybe was the wrong option.
Rapid have won it. Cara, whose lovely flick at the near post, took this game to extra time. Fotheringham is nudged there by Demir, who then slips and runs into the fourth official. Free kick is given to Dundee United just short of halfway. It's tense at Tannadice. We are 4 minutes away from spot kicks, plus whatever is potentially added for a couple of injuries in this second period of extra time. Hibs heading through as it stands. Well, that's nice from Fata, first time from Miller-Thompson out to the left hand side. Dangerous ball, and the goalkeeper Hedel claims it. There's an appeal there for a pull back on Fotheringham from the United fans. Nothing given.
It's lucky Demir that he lets him go.
Forward to Cara. Sorry Dodds, it's a brilliant touch from Cara, but it's well defended from Esselink. I mean, almost so many United players have stood up tonight. Here's Sangari, adds a bit of composure. Grigic across to Demir. Demir to Wurmbrandt. Wurmbrandt step over, goes on the outside of Chevet. Brilliant sliding challenge. What a recovery from Vichko Chevet. He's claiming it's a goal kick. Goes out for a corner.
I think arguably Dodgy, they look better defensively as a centre half pairing.
Well, tension rising at Tannadice. Still this tie is finally poised. 4 goals shared over the 2 and a bit games. 2 each on the night, 4 all on aggregate. Corner on this near side. Darkness well past falling here at Tannadice. United with defending to do. In swinger, back post, that's just over Cara's head, and he thinks he probably could have been in a better position to get on the end of that.
I just was concerned with that because the front space area wasn't covered there, but Dundee United, young Miller-Thompson has to go out because they get 2 out there, but they didn't fill that gap and they were vulnerable across the front there.
And a lot of them did commit to that front area, and it's probably cost them a wee chance at the back post. So you usually balance up with maybe a couple hit middle area and then one round the back, but nobody at the back post, luckily for United.
So still level. Live on Sports Sound as Kucherenko takes a goal kick, and he's gone short. And why not? Because Karestes is in loads of space near the left touchline. Rapid have retreated almost entirely into their own half, apart from the striker Mbuyi. It's out to Chevet on the right hand side, and he plays it in the channel for Fotheringham to chase. Defender heads it. Brilliant from Constable. He comes a long way to win it, and it breaks for Thompson. Just in from this right touchline. Chevet goes back to Esselink. Esselink under pressure, fires it into Fotheringham, and it's a rapid throw in as he tried to shift the ball on Fotheringham. He's played it out the pitch, and we have played 30 seconds short of 120 minutes here at Tannadice. We'll see what's going to be added. Moments away from penalties. Demir up the line, gets it back and away from Thompson, flicks it forwards, but comes back though, and Sturton's controlled it. He's got no support. He's dispossessed by Sangari. Fotheringham fouls the midfielder in his own half, and it's a Rapid Vienna free kick. Grigic goes quickly to Cvetkovic, the centre half, spreads it with the right foot out to the right back area. Bola plays it down the line for Mbuyi to chase. He will get there ahead of Karestes, and he takes him on, drives to the byline. Has that gone out? Referee says no initially. Header from Cara deflects off of Esselink, and then Esselink with a short pass, and now United are on the move. Fata up the left hand touchline. He's over halfway. He's trying to go between 2 or 3 Vienna jerseys, doesn't manage it, and now it's Radulovic up the other end, but Fata has done really well, or I thought he'd done really well, but the referee disagrees. He thinks he's fouled Radulovic, and the free kick is given to Rapid Vienna, and we've played the 122 added at the end now.
Fair play to Fata though, once he gives it away he should have released Ferry. Doc and I were screaming, just play him down that left hand side, but he doesn't. He gives the ball away, they break it, but he was good in the backtrack, and I thought he was unlucky to get a foul given against him.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a foul. I think he did enough, but I agree with you. Ferry was on, made a long busting run there, in advance, and he just had to be slipped in. But now they're facing 2 minutes to go, a ball coming into the box. They've got to be resolute and stand up to this, and if they do that, I think they'll take it to penalty kicks. Final
minute of the added time, and it's a free kick about 10 yards in from the right hand touchline, and it's a good 30 yards from the United goal on that far side in front of the George Fox, and the referee has been quite picky at making sure players are not pushing and shoving in there, and it's comes in left footed, edge of the 6-yard box, half defended, and then Ferry has to just nod it behind for a corner kick.
Really good defensive header if Esling, you notice the big centre half had a run on him there, but he's adjusted his feet, he's got the first contact on it. Well done.
Some of the best defend you'll get this, because his delivery was wicked. He stayed strong, got the head on it, but we've got another corner to face now,
and this might be the last act of extra time. Rapid taking their time with the corner. The referee is happy, blows his whistle, and it's going to be Radulovic to whip this in. Here he comes, in swinger, and it's headed over from just 3 yards out by Cara. Incredible. It came at him late, and now Chevet and him are squaring up a bit and having a bit of a go, and that's all over. That was the final chance for Cara, headed it over the top. We're heading to penalties. United paid back from 2 down, from 2 up, I beg your pardon, 2-2, no further goals in extra time, and we're heading to penalty kicks in the Conference League. United 2, Rapid Vienna 2.
Dundee United in the UEFA Conference League qualifiers.
Live on Sports Sound.
From BBC Radio Scotland.
So penalty shootout to come here at Tannadice. Let's get straight to Easter Road. What's happening there now? Brian McLaughlin.
We're half time and extra time, Kenny, and it's 3-2 to Partizan Belgrade on the night, but 4-3 to the Easter Road club on aggregate. An incredible night here. Vikutic gave Partizan Belgrade the lead after 17 minutes before they doubled the advantage and drew the tie level on the stroke of half time through Milosevic. Kieran Bowie then scored one of the goals he'll ever score, one of the best goals, a terrific strike from fully 30 yards out to put Hibs back in the driving seat before Milosevic again, this time within the dying seconds of extra of the 90 minutes, put Partizan Belgrade back in level 10. But Chris Cadden, with 10 minutes into extra time, after terrific work by Mulligan down the left hand side, his shot saved by Milosevic, the goalkeeper, into the path of Cadden, who buried the ball. Hibernian are 15 minutes away from the final qualifying round of the UEFA Conference League. What a night here at Easter Road. It's 4-3 in aggregate to the Easter Road side.
Thanks to Brian McLaughlin. As soon as anything else happens in that game, we'll get straight back to him. But we can see Jim Gooden now down below us. Billy Dodds, he's taking names for the penalty takers. I'd imagine usually this is something that is discussed beforehand, but I'd also imagine that how a player's feeling right now might feed into it. There could be some changes.
Yeah, throw in the substitutions as well that have been made during the game. They will have been practiced, they'll have talked about it. I think you're right to mention, Kenny, who feels good, who's played well in the night. Yeah, I'll take one, he'll ask who's confident, boom, the hand will get up. So all that will be happening. I think they've deserved to go on and probably get through the tie now, because I was worried.
Yes.
When they equalised, I thought, oh no, it's another one of those glorious Scottish failures. But I thought extra time they were the better team.
Yeah, they were very good. They rallied well, as you guys said. They changed the shape from Jim Gooden, both sides in the huddle. United just broken out of theirs. Tony Rapid still in there. The manager speaking to the players, just finalising his names. It's going to be really nerve-jangling in the next few minutes, isn't it?
The thing that would encourage me is that I think the goalkeepers, the impact the goalkeepers have had. Kucherenko has made a fantastic save and he's had a good game, and right for the word go when I say when the goalkeeper came out, I think United have got a better goalkeeper, and that can be absolutely pivotal at this stage.
Well, it's the time for heroes to emerge. Let's hope they're in a tangerine shirt for the sake of Scottish football. We'll give you updates from Easter Road. Hibs have fought back. They're in control of that tie now. They're going to the second period of extra time. Here at Tannadice, we are going to penalties. So, Thomas Duncan, are you ready?
As I'll ever be, Kenny. And Dundee United players lining up on halfway. Rapid trudging there just now. Just noted Zach Sapsford's got a crutch down in front, so not looking good for him and Jim Goodwin, and we go on from this given the number of injuries, but that is for later down the line, because right now we have got the most dramatic of dramatic endings, and Jim Goodwin urging the fans to just give his team that little bit of extra juice as they go into this penalty shootout. What a night it has been at Tannadice, regardless of what happens now. It's been an epic performance. Both teams have been brilliant. United as underdogs particularly, and who is going to win it? We shall see. The penalties taking place down the slope, and it's going to be Amar Fata who is going to be the first to take one for Dundee United. He's walking up slowly. Kucherenko looks a confident boy, I have to say. As Tony mentioned, he's in there shouting. He's made some terrific saves, and he'll have to wait to make his impact for now, because it is United who have chosen to go first, and it is Amar Fata who's going to take it. The substitute who made a big impact, the man on loan from Troyes in France, strides back to the edge of the box. The referee is waiting for the music to go off, I think, and off it goes. And how about that for some backing from the United fans? Fata steps up, right-footed. Oh, it's off the post. It's off the post and away. Devastating start for Dundee United.
He struck it well. He sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. The only thing he did wrong was not hit the target, and it stumped off the post. It's a bad start for United, but still can be redeemed.
Yes, early days. It's going to be Ercan Kara who scored to make it 2-2 in normal time for Rapids. Can he put them in front in the shootout here? The boos ring round Tannadice. The big striker takes a deep breath. He's been made to wait. Here he goes, right-footed, and he scored. Went to the goalkeeper's right, Kucherenko went left, and Rapid Vienna lead 1-0 in the shootout.
Well, just lose that down the side. Good penalty. That's a good penalty if it hits the back of the net, but still a long way to go.
It's Will Ferry next, and you feel, as the captain, he was absolutely heroic throughout the 120 plus minutes.
You can see this one been struck with pace.
Yeah, here he goes. It's Will Ferry against Niklas Hedel. The United captain is ready, takes it, scores! Driven low, bottom corner, keeper goes the other way.
Good captain's roll, that. Good captain's roll, great strike.
Yeah, emphatic goalkeeper goes to his right, and we said with pace, well, he's absolutely thumped that into the bottom corner.
Substitute coming on, taking a penalty.
Yeah, it's Mbouyi, the French striker. Kisses the ball, spins it in his arms, and places it on the penalty spot. Kucherenko dancing on his line, arms raised, trying to make himself as big as possible. And the referee is signalling for the United fans to not encroach or something, I don't know, but he's making sure of something behind that goal, but he's seems to be ready now, and Mbouyi's had to wait here in the cauldron of Tannadice. The Frenchman steps off and he scored. Same corner as Will Ferry. Calm as you like.
Again,
and it is 2-1.
The goalkeeper, good penalty kick.
He was calm. waited for Kucherenko to move to his right and just dispatched it in the other corner.
And here we go, centre half. Bert Esselink takes it, plants it on the spot for Dundee United, who trail by 2-1 after 2 penalties each. This is United's third from the big Dutchman. Another standout performance from him during the game. Can he cap it with a penalty here? Steps up, right-footed, it's in off the bar, kisses the bar and ends up in the back of the net. That is all that counts. And United still have life in this penalty shootout.
There's something about it, Dodgy, when it hits the bottom of the bar and goes in it. Just aesthetic,
yeah, it looks
great.
Spectacular,
it looks
but
great,
I don't think Bert Esselink was thinking spectacular. I think he's like a relieved man. Stuck it well enough.
He did, yeah. Plenty of power.
And it's Radulovic now to try and extend, or re-establish I should say, Rapid's lead in this shootout.
This is a big penalty, this is where it can turn.
Radulovic is a left footer, short run up, takes a massive deep breath, strikes it, oh brilliant penalty.
Brilliant penalty.
Reverses it into the left hand corner, and it is 3-2.
So far I know they've scored them all, but their penalties have been perfection. Hit with pace, power, direction, leaving
right in the corners.
Yeah, Kucherenko with no chance so far.
And I think that man coming on at half time, Radulovic, has had a real big impact in the game.
And here we go, United's 4th penalty. Fichko Chevet, I think, who is ready. Tannadice falls quieter for a moment. All you can hear is the Rapid fans. Chevet takes a breath. Stuttering run off. Oh, he's found the bottom corner. Keeper.
Brilliant penalty under pressure. Brilliant. Just reversed it into the bottom corner with real pace. Keeper went that way. And similar to Waters' penalty during the game, you know, it had to be spot on.
Yeah, I know it was. I mean, you got that feeling. This is massive. Missing 2 penalties and going behind by 2. You didn't think there was any way back for United, but I'll tell you what, big pressure build up for Chevet and he slams it home. Brilliant.
It's 3-3 and it is the centre half, Serge Philippe Royal, who is up to take this to try and make it 4-3 to Rapid Vienna. Big pressure, whistled by the United fans who are using their phone lights behind the goals to try and distract him. It's Royal, left-footed, oh, tucked away, another reversed.
Another top penalty, top execution.
From the big Cam centre half, had a few moments in the game, but my word, it was elegant, it was with ease, where he just strode up, took his time, 2 or 3 step run up and just planted it in the bottom corner. Again, no chance.
And it means Christian Kerestes has to score for Dundee United, or their Conference League dream is over. The fans fall quiet. The big centre back strides back to the edge of the box. Slow run up, stutters and rolls it in. Calm as you like. Keeper goes to his left. Kerestes slides it into the other corner. Talk about composure.
Yeah, again, pressure. And he did, he stuttered, waited for the goalkeeper to go left, he goes right. He just rolls it into the bottom corner. Absolutely on the money.
He's giving the goalkeeper a wee bit after that as well, wasn't he?
Bendeguzbola can win it though for Rapid Vienna. Just the one miss and it was Amar Fata for Dundee United first up. Everyone else has scored, and if Bendeguzbola scores here, Rapid Vienna are going through to the playoff round. Here he goes, strikes it, and he has scored! And Dundee United's hearts are broken at Tannadice. An absolutely sterling effort. They gave absolutely everything. A stunning performance really against a team they weren't expected to run this close. But in the end it's come down to the cruelty and the glory of the penalty shootout. And Amar Fata's strike off the inside of the post means that United lose the shootout 5-4 on penalties, and the Rapid players have gone right across the United fans to celebrate, and something is kicked off down in front of us.
Dave Bowman was getting involved down there. Thomas was having a wee look at that. One of the Rapid players came over right in front, gesturing in front of the United fans. Dave Bowman didn't like it. He took off over there. There was a bit of conflict. I mean, my goodness, it's kicking off. The atmosphere in here has been amazing. I watched, actually, Dave Bowman, that penalty shootout. He didn't watch one single penalty. His back was turned, and then he didn't like it when that Rapid player over-celebrated in front of the United fans.
Well, it might be the yellow cards, and then the reds comes out for that for David Bowman, but there was some antagonism for sure in the way the Rapid players celebrated. Now they're going to their own fans. But while they celebrate, they'll go on to play Győri of Hungary, and they're a good side. They're a very good side, make no mistake about that, and credit to them for battling back. The 2 goals in the second half came after concerted pressure, and United are made to rue what might have been. They couldn't really have given any more. They scored 2 brilliant goals in the first half. Waters with a header, then a penalty, but they were pegged back by Ontist and Kara with near post header and a near post flick from Kara, and then Sturton had the big chance in extra time, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, tried to dink him, it didn't come off, the keeper made a save, and that was the last chance really of extra time until Kara headed over, and in the end it went down to penalties. All the players bar Amar Fata were perfect, and sadly for Dundee United that means their European dream is over for this season, but they come out with immense credit. It finished here at Tannadice. Dundee United 2, Rapid Vienna 2, 4-4 on aggregate, and Rapid Vienna progress 5-4 on penalties.